Courtroom drama, we stay on top. Hit subscribe, you know the vibe. Like my page, get ready to ride. Legal cases, law unpacked. Click that play and don't look back. Legally locked, legally locked, legally locked, legally locked, legally locked. Alright, 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 alright.
What up, what up, what up, y'all? So, me and my good brother Blue in the back, y'all. He been talking trash on Twitter. We're gonna talk about the diddler. You know, he felt like Diddy has been misharmed. Diddy has been, scrutinized and pulled to the gutter. He felt like Diddy should have walked out Friday. I did not believe in that. The man had to go to jail. So we're gonna have us a good old conversation. Hopefully, we won't be here too long. You know, me and Blue, we senior citizens, so we're gonna try to get this done within an hour, but it might go longer. But let me bring my good brother on, Blue. What's up,
What
Blue?
up? What up? What up? What up? What up, y'all? Legally locked. I like that. Who did that? The intro. That's
I
that's
tell you, we
clean.
talk. We'll talk.
That's
We'll
clean.
talk.
Did that go through Bad Boy Records? No. Okay.
Let me make sure the music is clear. You know, Diddy might get out and need all his coins. I got to make sure that was not a bad boy production.
How you doing, Tina? You good?
I am good. Allergies are cutting up, but other than that, I'm doing fine. I'm doing
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
So, Blue, Diddy
Mhm.
got 4 years. Tell me why you think it was unjust.
It's what the judge said. That's really you got. It's some echo. I don't know if you hear that.
I don't hear it. Let's see.
We could. I don't hear it now. But it was the judge. I didn't like what the judge. That's what really like him getting time. I'm not mad at Diddy. Make no mistake. Do I think he should have walked? Maybe, yes, or a year. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it's what the judge said. To me, he went out of his way to try to go find some type of legal precedent to use what Cassie and we can't say her name, right? She's still
Jane.
Jane.
I'll just say
Okay.
Jane.
What Jane said on this, you know what I'm saying? Because it was supposed if he was found not guilty of coercion, why are you saying the word coercion when speaking to Diddy as far as how you are sentencing him? I didn't like that. That's what I didn't as a black man, and I hate to go there, but we gonna go there. We always get skewed to the I gotta make an example. You know, now he could have hit Diddy. He could have hit him upside the head with what they was asking for. You know, so I do think he was fair for the most part.
Mhm.
But when you say when you're using what you're not supposed to use to sentence him, I think that's bad. That's one of the real reasons that I'm like, come on, man, you're not supposed to use. He was found not guilty of coercion, not guilty. So I didn't like that.
He was found not guilty of trafficking, not coercion.
If he was found guilty of the coercion, he would have been found guilty of the trafficking.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
They just couldn't. They could not come to a conclusion as 12 people
Hmm.
that he either used force, fraud, or coercion.
Right.
But let's take a look and listen to one of the federal prosecutors up there in New York and see what they have to say about the judge's sentencing, and then we'll take a look. We'll come back. Hold on, let's check this.
Have immense discretion in federal sentencing procedures to take into account all relevant conduct, whether that has to do with the history and characteristics of the defendant or the totality of not only the offense conduct, but even uncharged conduct and acquitted conduct, which the judge did take some account of here. Certainly it factored into his decision making. He found that the sexual acts were not just a matter between two consenting adults, that this involved coercion, that there was physical violence, that there was blackmail with the threats to release videos, and that's all fair game. Under the law as it stands right now, judges can and do regularly consider the totality, including acquitted conduct.
So basically, Nadia, two questions in one. Is there some ground here for appealing, and how much time do you think Diddy's really going to serve?
So look, I expect them to appeal. Any good defense attorney would, but I think they are going to be hard pressed to be successful on appeal. At the end of the day, the judge gave a below guideline sentence. It's going to be very hard to argue that that was unreasonable. And whether the defense wants to call him the 13th juror or not, the law permits the judge to take into account all of the conduct that he did. There's nothing improper about that. So I don't think they're going to be successful on appeal ultimately. Judges have.
All right. So after hearing that, how do you feel?
So no, I understand, and even I heard a lot of people saying that. I get that, but that's what I'm saying. He made when he went back in chambers. I think it's one of the breaks he took because they was arguing that, if I remember correctly,
Yeah.
about the sentence guidelines, what can be used, what couldn't be used, and he went in the back to try to find something so he could use.
How you know that man went in the back to try to find something? Now you go ahead now, cause see
Salute the judge,
a room,
subterranean,
give judge a room. Go ahead.
submarinian.
He went in the back to find
He
something.
went in the back. He went in the back. I'm saying, Tina, he went in the back. Look, I'm not saying that I do, like I said, I do think he was just and fair. I do. I just don't like the words, he was found, and I know we just went over it, but he was found not guilty of that. Now, either we're gonna take that into account or we're not. Because yeah, we could say, hey, they just couldn't come to an agreement on these certain things, but maybe they did think he coerced them. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Or maybe they didn't, but he made sure to use, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just, I don't know, man. But the trial for me, the whole thing, it was just stanky. It just stank. It was nasty. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It was nasty on his. Everybody was nasty. Everybody, his side, the victim side, everything was nasty. It was, I don't know.
I knew how much time he was gonna get. That's why when I saw like a week, 2 weeks ago, everybody was like, "Oh, he gonna walk out." I'm like, "Are y'all crazy?
Yeah.
Do y'all really think that man is about to let him walk out?" Because I think what people get confused is he can't use the acquitted acts to like go beyond the guidelines, but he can use them
No, he
as
could
long as
have. He could.
huh?
That's exactly what she said. He could, if he wanted to go above and beyond.
He could have.
He could have.
That
He
would have been appealed because now you're using the acquitted acts to go outside the guidelines. He still stayed in the guidelines and said, because let's look at it here. What do you need a judge for if you already know where you can and can't go? A judge is no different than a police officer. They have discretion. You might get pulled over with the police. You got your kids in the back.
Mm,
They say you swear the lane. Hey, they was fighting in the back. They
right.
gonna let you go. I might get pulled over. My brother in the back seat. They smoking weed. They got no. You going to jail. So they have discretion. And
Right.
I knew this man just sat and watched this trial. Y'all thought he was gonna let him walk out after all of that
I
violence?
had I had two things that I thought would happen. I thought the time he got is what I thought. If he was going to get some time, it'd be around there. I said maybe 2 to 3. That's what I said. But then at the same time, I was like, in one of these worlds that we living in, this multiverse, that he was going to get some time served or be put on a heavy probation, kind of like on a Young Thug situation. Due to the messiness of this trial. This trial was it wasn't black and white. I didn't see any black and white. It was 2 lesser prostitution charges, and he wasn't the John nor the prostitute in the situation.
Pimp. That's what makes it bad. He was the pimp to me.
But he wasn't the pimp because
He
he
was
didn't
the pimp.
receive no money.
That don't mean nothing. He had money. So no, he did not receive
But
money. He
in the eye
received
of the law,
gratification.
it means something, Tina.
No, it don't.
Prostitution, yes, prostitution means there is a fee involved. You're not giving away money and doing prostitution.
But
You're receiving
it
money.
doesn't mean that the quote unquote pimp has to receive money. There's times where sometimes pimps will pimp their women out in exchange for drugs. Hey,
Was
they
that
they do it for different things. You're
but we didn't
receiving
get that. I get that. Right, but you're receiving something. We didn't get that. And at the same time,
gratification.
and at the
He received gratification. That was the whole case. You did this for your own self gratification,
So
your own
right. So now we're getting into the territory of porn, right?
That's why he need to go to jail, because you trying to do the same argument as his lawyer.
No, we are. Tina, what is porn? Porn is I get to hire people to have sex. I could be a director. I hire people to have sex. I film it. It could be for my gratification later on, or it could be not. But
That's
that's
not
what porn
porn
is.
is. That's a sex tape. Porn is
What?
professional.
Hold on. We live
We
in
finna
on we
upload
it's
it. We finna make
2025.
a movie. Y'all finna sign contracts. Everybody finna do this. That's porn. A personal sex tape is a little different. They
Tina,
tried that porn stuff. No,
Tina,
it's
it's all
not.
the same. It
No,
was a production. It was a production.
when do the directors of porn then decide they finna partake with the actors?
Hey, you don't want to go. You sure you want to? You sure you want to open up that can? I'm pretty sure there's plenty of directors.
During the act, though, maybe afterwards, hey, let's go have dinner afterwards. You participating in the middle of you. If you're gonna be the director, sit back
You
and
know,
record. This is
hey,
no different than the Abercrombie case. No different. Slightly different because there wasn't escorts involved. Y'all were flying these men out for your self
y'all,
gratification.
and then that's another thing I didn't like the immunity. I didn't like that. I didn't like that.
Q was
I think everybody should have. If we going, and I
you're
know
right.
Diddy.
You're right, Q. We gonna try to get our words together. Corn
Oh,
blue
I'm sorry.
for adult
My
content.
bad, Q. You're right, Q. I'm sorry, Q. Um, Q said you better get that word right, man. They're gonna take you off. Um, he made me lose my train of thought now.
I brought up the Abercrombie Fitch case, flying the men out. Similar case.
Oh, right, right. I thought maybe that they all like, and I know you gotta to make a case, somebody gets immunity, yada. I get it, I get it. But this, me just looking at it, watching it, oh y'all was, and see that's why they couldn't have me as a jury because all y'all nasty, all y'all was bad, all you know what I'm saying. I don't know if I don't want to call her. I don't want to, but she was she a victim of something? Yes, I think he was a victim too. I think they all victims. I think they all did each other wrong. That's just me personally. You know what I'm saying? I think Diddy is. I think the case that they put together was anchored by that video. If they didn't have that video, this case don't even go to trial. That's what I believe. If that video was suppressed, Diddy walks free. You know what I'm saying? And not saying that would have been the right call. I'm just saying the way that they showed that video, and Cassie knew what she would have. Cassie got her 30 plus 10 and got up out of there, right? Or she ain't get up out of there. Then went and told on my man. Like she played the game right, but she played it dirty too. You know what I'm saying? Like
She did the right thing.
no,
She
right.
did it.
I'm saying
She did it.
she played
Lesser
it
than
dirty, but she played it
I
right.
would've been real nasty with it. He lucky he wasn't
Nah.
messing with.
Because Cassie got up on that stand and was like, what she said, I love what we were. Like, hold on. You can't love what we were if I was beating the shit out of
Yes, you can.
no, come on.
Women love their abusers all the time.
No,
I
no,
don't.
I don't mean it like I'm saying now that you're of clean head, like no more fog, no more unless the syndrome is still there, you know what it is, the Stockholm syndrome. But she got up on that stand and made it seem like that's no longer there. I'm married. I got babies on the way. You
Yeah.
know, I got my little light skinned white dude, whatever he is. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I'm good to go.
But you
So
can still be good to go and be like, I did enjoy the good times that we had. I did like that. But
and
some of
say,
the
but
times I just did not want to do this. Some of
I
the
hear
times
you.
I didn't want to do
I
this.
hear you. I hear it.
Look, you.
But what about the times you did without me also? Like I think it's a lot to take into account. And I'm not here to I don't think we have to rehash the trial over again. But I do think it's a lot to have it because I'm still tripping on the judge using what he used. That's the only reason why I'm bringing up because he brought in, the Jane testimony. And Jane testified that she came in and slapped this man's head down on the desk, and then he retaliated. But he got in trouble. We know,
It's
we know,
leverage. to it.
Once
If
you
he would've
they
slapped him and he would've slapped her, okay. He went too far.
look, man.
It's
Keep your
levels
hand.
it's levels to violence.
It is, Tina. Once the videotape came out and I saw that, you think I'm finna slap his head? And when I know what he does, he ain't never, girl. He ain't never beat on me. You know what I'm saying? Then I see the tape. Oh shit, he really get down. And then I come in and I provoke him. Come on, man. What you expect? This dude beat women. What you expect?
I guess she thought he ain't never hit me, so maybe she thought if I whack you, you gonna whack me, we gonna be okay. But
That's it.
he was kicking down doors. He was kick he they said they showed pictures that he kicked down 5 doors to get to her. No, man, you can't let him. No, 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 no. And this is why the judge brought in coercion, because it had nothing to do with the trafficking in the RICO. There
Mm.
was coercion during the commission of the Mann Act. That's the problem. There was force during the commission of the Mann Act. There was violence. You see, he didn't bring up Deontay Nash. He didn't bring up Capricorn Clark, because that
Mm.
had nothing to do with his sentencing. In the commission of the Mann Act, there was violence and there was force. There was coercion. Jane said, I didn't want to do it that night after we just got into it. The judge said, you told her you going to take this pill and you going to do what we finna do. Diddy.
Yeah. No, like I said, I told you either he can walk free or he gonna get 2 to 3. I'm not mad at the time. I'm not mad at the time he got. I'm mad at the reason why he got the time he got. Like
But
the
the
judge
reason
saying what he
why
said.
is
That's
because
it.
he was using the force, the fraud, not what he didn't bring in fraud, but the violence
The
during the commission
coercion.
of the Mann Act. This would be different if this was Diddy calling up the men and them and the 2 men was having consensual. Then you might, all right, man, don't be using escorts, time served. There was violence when you were using the
It
escort.
was. I'm with you, Tina. It was look, Diddy is a bad guy.
So what's
He
the
a bad
confusion
guy.
on why he
He's a
used
bad.
those
I'm just
words?
but Tina,
You're
he
tying the
was
coercion to the trafficking. I'm tying the coercion
I,
and the
right.
violence to the Mann Act.
But I just don't see that. I don't see that. I don't see that. I don't. I could be. Look, I could be jaded. I could be a little bit more emotionally tied to this as a black man, having being, because it seemed like we always get the like I said, we always get railroad. We get
Nah, that man ain't
the
railroad.
long end of the stick.
That man ain't got no long end of the stick. He crying like that man just gave him 11 years. Go, Martha Stewart did her time. Chin up. Like what Thug said, chin up, man. Whoop de doo.
Whoop
You
de
ain't here
doo, huh?
crying because you got to do
Martha
2
Stewart did
years.
not do her time chin up. And Martha Stewart, what she got? 18 months or something
I
like
don't
that.
care. I don't care. She wasn't in there like, yeah, we gotta appeal this. This is a travesty. Look at all the good that I did for the
She
community.
should have.
And all she did was insider trading.
She should have.
Information on some stocks.
Man, she should have. If I was her lawyer, I would have been. Cause she should have went down fighting and screaming.
Why?
Cause I'm doing the
You know,
same thing that
if
all
you know
y'all do.
you done something, man. This is just how I'm raised. When you know you done something, man, go ahead and do what you
No,
gotta do.
I'm with that. I'm just talking about. I'm the same way. If you got me, you got me.
Yeah.
If you got me, you got me. But as I'm talking to my lawyer, hey man, I got 12 in me, dog. I ain't got 18. I got 12. What can we do?
Yeah. Oh, big old baby. Let's see what Q says. Responding in the moment with an equivalent amount of force multiplier is legal. An issue is over force use. Or yes, you went over. You didn't just slap her. She ran away and you chased her and kicked down doors. You got a problem.
Look, all I'm saying, Q is right. Just don't hit my man. Don't hit him. That's
Why?
look.
Let's keep it
If
equal.
I got a dog, if I rescued a violent dog, and I hate to call Diddy a dog, if I rescued a violent dog, I know this dog bite people, right? I know if you get too close to the dog, it's gonna bite me, and it might try to gnaw my whole hand off. You right? I'm not gonna smack the dog and say bad boy, or I'm not gonna do none of that because
That's
I know this
you.
dog is violent.
That's
So
you. I'm
if
sure your
I
wife done slapped you before. Y'all heated. Y'all in an argument. You done said something stupid. She done pushed you and shit. It happens. It happens.
It do, and you know what I said? Look, my mama said to protect yourself. I'm not. I'm not a woman beater.
Yeah.
I'm not. But you will not put your hands on me. You will not. You will not. Now I'm gonna try my best to get out of the way and move, but you will not put your hands on me. You got one time.
Yeah.
Now Diddy don't have one time. Diddy said, "Don't put your hands on me." Period. Right?
But and this is the whole thing with the case too. The judge, I think if that was just a one-time instance, like this was a one spout of anger, but it's
Right.
like, no, you've been angry for a while. You've been violent for a while.
He
So I
has.
have to take all of that into account. And you know why he has to take all of that into account? Because the defense just brought in a bunch of good things that he does that they wanted him to take into account. So why can the defense bring in all these good things? Look at the kids, look at this. And we just supposed to be like, oh, okay, he's a good guy. And we want the judge to not look at all the other stuff he done did related to the crime.
No,
It's
I
even,
get that. But we don't get second chance. They don't like to give us second chance.
Diddy done had 35 chances. Like I told you, this is the law of attraction at this point.
You
This
talking
ain't got
about he done
nothing to
had
do with
30.
the judge. He
Look,
done had 35 chances.
we don't get second chances. We don't. Diddy beat the shooting in the face case, right?
Exactly.
He beat it. He beat it.
So he got a second chance to
That's
sit your
not a
butt
second
down.
chance. He beat it.
Second chance to sit your butt down. And he said the same thing after that sentence. I just
Because the burden of proof is on them. So it's not me getting a second chance. It's the burden of proof is on you.
that's a second chance.
No, it's not. That mean I didn't do nothing.
No, that
That's
does
what it
not
means.
mean
In
that.
the court of law, it mean I didn't do nothing.
That's just like George Zimmerman was not found guilty. Are we saying he didn't do nothing just because he didn't get found guilty?
In the
No,
court of law, does he have a record?
no, but that's not what I'm saying. But I'm
That's
saying
what I'm getting at. Because he was like, we got to take into account everything. And I'm like, well, he ain't got no record. So what we taking into account? And maybe I'm misinterpreting it. But
yeah.
that's what I looked at. Like, he ain't got no record. So what are we taking into account?
You taking into account what he was doing during the commission of the Mann Act. The
Of the
man
man, okay.
broke down.
Of the prostitution.
Yeah.
And what did he say? He said, I gotta set up what did I wish I had the judge's whole the judge was trying to get him a
And this is all why you looking up. This is why Diddy has to sit down. Because let's put legal aside. You had a
Mm.
second chance after Biggie. You had a second chance after Shine. You had a second chance after Kim Porter passed away. Nothing.
Biggie.
You're not learning from nothing.
Why Biggie? What
Because I'm saying, like morally, like, oh God, let me, stuff done got too hot. I'm finna cool down. I'm not finna be involved in all of that foolishness. Like
Oh, okay.
he's even the city college event. Diddy has had so many things to kind of slap him in his face
How
and wake
old was
him
Diddy
up.
when he did that?
What,
That
the city
whole
college event?
yeah.
What, 22, 23?
I could I don't like people keep bringing that up. Because I've seen a lot of promoters pack some shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't like. Let me not say I don't like it. It's just come on, man. Y'all know how promoters is. Promoters gonna get every
But
square
that don't
inch
be
in
the
this
problem
building.
with Diddy, Blue. The problem be when Diddy does something wrong, he don't feel like he done nothing wrong.
Oh no, right. No, look, Diddy flew too close to the sun. I agree with you on that. He had his Icarus moment. I get it. Like I said, I'm only mad at the judge. That's it.
Judge Arun has been very fair to them.
I'm just
He
mad
has
at the
been
judge.
fair. He let them sit up there and talk for 6 hours.
And
Lord,
he
sit
shouldn't
up
have
there
did.
crying.
He shouldn't have did that. He should have said, "Here, I got my sentencing."
But he was trying to be fair. He has been fair.
He should have, because he wasted everybody's time. He knew what his ruling was gonna be.
He knew 2
He
weeks
knew.
ago.
He
'Cause I knew
knew.
2 weeks ago.
And I know you got to give him the opportunity, but he knew. All right, y'all. Go ahead. Prosecution, go ahead. What you got? Oh, I like that. I
He's
like that.
smart. This is a smart judge. People can say that he's young, he's smart because he's like, I'm gonna give y'all every opportunity. So I know you're gonna appeal it, but when the appeal court looks at everything in totality, they're gonna say, this is pretty fair. Because the Office of Probation wanted you to have 76 months. He went under. And what you in here crying about?
Who crying? Diddy? Come on. But you got to think.
Do them 2 years, boy.
You got to think. you've been having it your way for the longest. Of course, you're gonna cry.
Well, that's
Of
how
course, you're
you
gonna
know
cry.
that's how you know he's not remorseful. He don't think he's done anything wrong because
I think so now. I think now. I think so now. I think so.
he done had too many instances of things in history that he's had this same speech. It's the same
Nah,
speech.
because he ain't never had to sit down. I think he remorseful now.
We'll see.
He ain't never had to sit down.
No,
He ain't never been to prison. He ain't never had to sit down. He ain't never had to he been in there listening to Beanie. He should have listened to Beanie Siegel's What's Your Life Like. That's what he should have listened to.
I'd rather sit down for 2 years than lose the mother of my kids than to lose Biggie. You would think those things would be more of a, "Okay, let me get my life together."
And I don't like keep throwing look, I don't know what happened to Kim Porter.
No, I'm not saying he did anything to her. I'm saying just the loss of the mother of your kids would make you be like,
Well,
"Okay,
I think he
I
slowed. Well, let me not say.
I really
I
gotta
think
get,"
he
you know what I'm
slowed
saying, "my
down,
life
but
together."
I think he still had the drug problem, right? I do. Diddy was. I think Diddy. I think they all was on Diddy, Cassie, Jane. Jane dealing with with your boy. You know, she probably was
Yeah.
wilding out. You know what I'm saying? I think they had a major. This reminds me of back in the day, back when I used to be on the block a little bit, and you see
Mhm.
that family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And somebody, nah, that family off limits. You can't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because they dysfunctional. We not serving them. We not doing nothing. That's what that was. Diddy, Cassie, Jane, all that whole corporation, the whole Bad Boy record label as a crew and staff, all grouped up. Tupac tried to tell us, but we ain't listen. They was all on them, on them pills,
Yeah.
whatever. You know what I'm saying? And um, that's another thing too. I think if this was a white mogul, I think they would have took into account, oh, he was on drugs, y'all, and I do. I do think that would have been taken into account.
Them boys from that Abercrombie and Fitch case gonna go to prison. They not finna get no slap on the wrist. Them real estate, these
But
real
that
estate
was
agents
what was ain't that
down
a little
here in
different?
Miami, they
Look
finna
what
go to jail. They
look
going
at
to
what
jail.
they just did. But look at what they just did with Trump's old pastor.
That was nasty work.
Hmm.
He took a plea deal though, but that was nasty work.
He shouldn't even have got a plea deal. They didn't give Diddy a plea deal.
Yeah. They did. He didn't want it. They did.
No, I thought they didn't give
He
him one.
didn't take it. Luckily, he didn't take it. They did. They offered him 15. He still that's what I'm saying. You
I don't
still
remember. I don't remember them giving
won.
him a plea. I
They
don't remember
did. They did. They offered him a plea deal.
for 15.
But it was for everything. Not this was before it went to
Oh
trial.
yeah, yeah. But I don't remember the plea deal though. But either way, like
You still won.
15.
You still won.
No, he still won. No, he getting off for him to even, he beat the RICO. So everything else now is just icing on the cake. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Um, I
Look,
told
and
that
the judge in so many words is saying you should be in jail for trafficking. Because was a trafficking case, no matter
but
how you
see, but
run
that's
it.
what I don't like. See, I don't like the whole 13th juror situation because I believe in it. I think that's what the judge is like. Shit, if I was over there in the jury box,
Because
you
it
would have
is
went
a
to jail. You know
trafficking
what I'm
case.
saying? So, but as a
Yes,
judge,
Martin was a murder. You murdered that kid. But
mm,
yeah, we're gonna let you rock. But that's the reality of it. You murdered that kid,
you talking about Trayvon? You talking about Zimmerman?
Zimmerman.
No,
So
I
I'm
get
saying
that.
we can see instances of
Mm.
people have broken the law, but they got off. Cool, we're gonna let you go. But I just want you to know, you did traffic. You did traffic these people. Zimmerman, you did murder that child. But 12 people couldn't agree to it. So go ahead and go on about
Right,
yourself.
but I hear that. I hear that. And if I was a judge, maybe I would act the same way. All I'm saying is I'm not the judge and I'm trying to stick to what the law is supposed what I deem the law to be, right? Because we, as we just wanted shit to be fair when it come to us.
Yeah.
Just if you got me, you got me, but try me fairly. You know
I
what
thought
I'm
it
saying?
was
Shit,
fair. He
I
was
don't
facing up to 10 years per count. How do you think how do they get to the 10 years, Blue?
I get it. I know what they don't have a mandatory minimum for the Mann Act, but I get it. It's up to 10 years per count. I get it. And
So
I was
there's some
talking
leeway to make discretion.
they basically cut it in half. I get it.
Gave
They
him
gave him
2
5
years.
years. Well, I think they gave him 10 and cut the 5 off. That's probably what happened since he was
Got
facing
2
2.
years per count. 4 years.
Right, I get it. I understand. I still don't like subterranean. I just don't. I don't like that. I'm a big words guy. I listen to
Yeah.
words. I listen to you talk. I don't like you pulling that language out. I just don't. Because to me, it's a form of bias to me. Because it seems like now you're trying to get me because you missed on this. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what? Let's say he would have got off on everything.
Mhm.
And I'm not saying submarinian
Yeah.
would have done this, but what if he would have been like, all right, law enforcement, now I just want y'all to go find something on Diddy.
Oh, well, that
Let's go
happened.
make Diddy's life hell after he done got off. To me, that's the equivalent of that. When you say, when you put, you gotta go find precedent. I gotta go find this president because we should have got him on trafficking. You know what I'm saying? Even with the prosecution, y'all lost. But instead, y'all went, oh no, we got it. What they wanted to hit him for
11.
11 years. Like, damn, dog. Y'all lost. Y'all shouldn't look, to me, y'all shouldn't even be up. Well, y'all gotta be in the courtroom since y'all did get me for the
Yeah.
Mann Act. But you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all shouldn't even be in here. I beat y'all. Judge, why they here? That's what I would be like. Judge, why they here? Why them here? You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I understand, and I'm still, not that I'm new to the law, but things, fed cases, state cases, local, a lot of stuff is up in the air, and we're trying to understand. They're the judge. Just because they judges, they don't know all the laws, or what I'm saying, stuff like that. Lawyers, all of this. So I get it. Like I said, he went back there, he read some shit and was like, all right, this is what.
That man had his mind made up 2 weeks ago.
No, he was. I think he was. No, I do think that video helped.
No.
Nah, I think he was gonna get.
Made it worse.
No, I think the Miami
Yeah,
talking. I don't even know why they let that come out. Like, yeah, Your Honor, he got some dates to talk tomorrow. So if we could just wrap this
yeah,
up.
he gonna be up. He got something to do Monday. I say he really going to jail.
Yeah,
I say
yeah,
this
that
these
was
lawyers, y'all are crazy.
yeah.
They have some
That one
craziness.
that couldn't have been a Brian Steele move. That couldn't have been a Brian Steele move. Couldn't have been. Nah, couldn't have been. That was what's the
They
girl on the team? Uh whose father is friends with the TMZ dude?
Garagos.
Garagos. That had to have been a Garagos move.
I don't that's no, I think that probably was the dumb dumb. What's his name? The lead attorney, the dumb dumb. I don't
Who
like him.
who?
Agnifilio. That was
Agnafilio.
Agnifilio. I'm sure
Yeah.
Tony Garagos would not have said
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Here go Pam. Pam, I text you 5 hours ago. Let me send Pam the link. I got you, Pam. But you
But
know what? But let me tell you something, Blue.
mm,
I don't know if you know much about the KSOO case, the rapper down here in Florida. The rapper who knocked
I'm
somebody off and then his daddy snitched on him.
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right,
Mhm.
so his co-defendant, KSO and the co-defendant, they both got life, right? Both got
Okay.
life. Because in Florida, it's a mandatory first degree murder. If you convicted, it's mandatory life.
Yeah.
And guess what the judge did? The judge also gave his co-defendant life for I'm sending Pam the link, hold on. Gave his co-defendant life for burglary
What?
because after they, took the guy out,
Mm,
they was running and the dude ran into a lady's house, hid in there, scared the lady. No offenses. He had never
mm,
had no offenses, but she gave him life for burglary. So that's what
mm.
I'm saying. They take into consideration the conduct because the lady, oh, she was so scared. Oh, I don't. So let's just say in a perfect world, let's say there's a black governor who comes into play and say, hey, we want to commute him or let him out for the murder
Right.
case. He still has to sit there for life for the burglary
For the
case.
burglary.
That's extreme.
It is.
That's extreme.
It is. I know you're trying to make subterranean look good. I get it. I
No,
get
what I'm saying, what they did with Diddy makes sense because they didn't hit Diddy in the head. I'm like, oh my God, they really messed this kid up because if something happens a new law comes in place and you can get out on the murder charge, you still stuck because this lady just gave you life for burglary or robbery. That's the type of stuff I'm gonna fight for. I'm
Mhm.
not fighting for Diddy kicking down
Oh,
doors.
I'm not fighting. Look, oh, whoa, hold on, wait now, wait now, hold on, bro. I'm not fighting for Diddy.
You
I'm not.
fighting for him.
I'm not fighting. I'm fighting for Subterranean to come back and just give me some.
Judge Arun has been a very good guy.
um, throughout the trial, I'll give him his flowers. Some stuff I didn't agree with when it came to the prosecution that he kind of let slide in, and some stuff um I did. Yeah, he was up and down, but I think it evens out for the most part. You know what I'm
He
saying?
better
Like he might, huh?
He better than me. I would have been over with him when they tried me with the whole notebook situation, the phone situation. Like y'all been
Nah,
playing in this man's face since Diddy been locked up.
nah. Phones. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. He said something about I got to set a precedent for like what you did, and I'm
Yeah,
like, prostitution is the oldest. You're not stopping that, Judge. Like, I like people are not gonna be looking at Diddy like, oh shit, I ain't finna go buy it. No, they might double down now. Like, I don't know. What I do think is I do think we need some type of reform on the Mann Act. I think the last time it was looked at was '86, if I recall. Um,
wait,
then
what you said? Last time there was reform to it?
yeah, the last time it was like reformed was '86, like what the
Mhm.
Mann Act consists of, what it is. And before that, it was '72, and before that, it was the initial Mann Act. Like, so it's
Right.
only been looked at twice, if I remember correctly. Um, and we all know the racial connotation behind it and stuff like that. I just, I need. It's not the Mann Act is not black and white, especially with this Diddy situation. It's not black and white, but I guess it was some prostitutes involved, and so
It
we
was
give,
very
you know what I'm
black and
saying?
white. He called escorts to
Mhm,
fly across state lines to bang
mhm.
his girl. That well, how much more black and white can you get?
That's to me. I had to take it out. To me, I'm flying. So okay, well, what is he? Because the way it was, I was talking to a lawyer friend of mine,
Mhm.
and the way he was trying to explain it to me was you had to have certain components. You had to have a John, you had to have an escort, and you had to have the John had to be the person who is, you know, doing the money, and or if there's a pimp that's involved, you have a pimp.
Mhm.
What is Diddy in this situation?
He's the pimp.
He's the pimp. Cool. Pimps don't pay. That's what I'm don't they receive. You saying they didn't I didn't see what did he receive in this?
Gratification.
Okay. So what pimp hires somebody to have sex with his product?
Nobody. That's why this is the precedence of a case that we have
Right.
to make an example of. This is weird,
It
okay?
is weird. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out, is this the Man Act or is
It
this
is
something
the man.
totally different? Oh, we got to get that off of Pam face. I don't like that now. We
Oh,
got,
damn, I'm gonna get you together.
and that's what I would like to figure out. What is this the Man Act? Because pimps, prostitutes, and Johns, right? I myself think we only have two of the three. I don't think Diddy was the pimp because he wasn't pimping. He was flying people in to have sex with his girl. That's not pimping.
That is the pimp. I'm a
No.
pimp. I have a girl,
And what
and
is
my
pimping
girl
a
is
girl?
having blank blanks with other people.
No, Diddy was a cuck, not a
Call it
pimp.
what you want. Call it what cash
That's
out
not
just got
pimp.
hooked on the
What's
same
up, Pam?
thing. Cash out
Hey,
just
hey, hey.
cash out case. He got life for the same thing.
You know, they have the Immoral Purposes Act part of that Mann Act too.
Mhm.
So, you know, the
Cash out
transportation.
had his women out there. Oh, go ahead, Pam. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, they qualified because you know they paid for them to go across the state lines, especially if if it happened the first time, you could say we were paying the escort for his time, and then y'all did the little TV show thing that y'all were doing, the little 5-part episode of the thing. That's that one time. But then when you went back and you rehired that person, they knew that they were going to do it they were being paid for the sex, because one of them said it was also depending on our performance. If we performed sex, we got paid more. If we didn't get paid that much.
Kind of like corn. You don't perform right, you only getting.
There are many forms of payment in the world of adult this lifestyle. In history, you go back in history, they was exchanging maybe for crops, maybe for houses, maybe for land. It don't have to be cash.
Cloth
Right.
and
So feelings.
textiles.
Yeah.
Right. So feelings, right? So because of his gratitude, like she said, the kink fulfillment and rush was the
Yes.
payment. But
Yes.
there was we can all go to jail for that.
No, because I'm not
Yes.
flying nobody in to come and I sit back
But
and
ain't that what cuckolding is?
nah, if he would have kept it in state, he would have been all right.
Oh,
It wouldn't have been a federal charge.
True.
It wouldn't have been a federal charge.
True. You
See,
right.
once they
My
once
bad
they
being
got on
my
see,
bad
once,
being a well-traveled person.
once they got on JetBlue and Spirit, that was a wrap.
My bad. My bad for knowing somebody in Cali. My bad. You know, like what are we talking?
Yeah,
Come on, man.
You not.
In all honesty,
That's the
like,
law. That's the law.
I know it's the law.
That is the law.
But that's what I was just telling Tina. Like, I think we need a reform of the Mann Act.
I think it's fine where it is. Stop flying people out and paying them. Get your
Tina,
wife to sit down somewhere.
Tina, it's
Go to Vegas.
2025.
Go to Vegas.
I'm talking to somebody. Actually,
Listen,
it's illegal in Vegas. Go to Nevada. It's illegal in Vegas. You can't
Go
do
to
that.
Nevada and do what you got to do.
The counties outside of Vegas, you could do it.
And let's be very clear. You all that get flued out for the All-Star games and all this other stuff for the ladies, like make their money.
Yeah.
That's about if you pay for that lady to come out there, to shake a tail and then give you a little happy endings or anything like that, that's a violation of the Mann Act.
Right. So
not put in writing that I'm paying you to come XX. As long as you say, hey, I just want to fly you out, let's have a good time. You good. You good. But as soon as you say, I need you to come do this.
Happy endings.
You know how, but come on. Ladies of leisure.
If you are a lady of leisure in Georgia, stay in Georgia, and your clients stay in Georgia. That's a state violation.
But they trying to scale up. These ladies of leisure are trying to scale up nowadays. Are they not? Am I wrong? Business is booming. Internet showed up, business started booming, right? All I'm saying is I think it's outdated. Not saying it needs to go away. I'm saying it's outdated due to the world becoming smaller. The world became smaller. Like traveling across state lines is easy now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I can hop on order. You can actually order somebody online.
And I would say, in all fairness, I think that I understand how that act has come about, but I think if we look at it in more recent in the cases that I read up on, most of them had a lot to do with children. They had a lot to do with those East European women being transported. Right. And I only read 5. Now I can't tell you all the rest of them, but that to me is where those cases are. I personally think that they were talking about the RICO, and then they saw, because they were trying to figure it out. And I think that they put the trafficking and the transportation not as throwaways, but they figured if I don't get this, then we'll get this. You know how they'll triple, triple, and quadruple charge you for something?
Oh, yeah.
So, but anyway, what did I miss? What was the first 30 minutes I missed? I apologize. I didn't check my Twitter.
I'm a Diddy sympathizer, but anyway.
Not a Diddy sympathizer. I'm not, look.
You mad at Judge Room. You feel like
I don't like subterranean. I don't like the subterranean man.
There. He was
submarinian. You know what I think? This is the way I think about that particular verdict. I never thought that it was going to be that 14 months like everyone else thought. I thought it was going to be
Yeah,
7.
Pam was
And
going higher than me. Me and
I
Pam
thought it was going to
straight
be
the other
7.
day. I said Pam 3 to 5
Because
years.
I thought he was going to go with the probation and paroles.
Mm.
Because again, they were just going down figuring stuff. They didn't do all this add on. I thought that the prosecution was pulling lint from between their toes to add on stuff up there on
They
this
were.
stuff. That's
They
what I
were.
thought. However, I think he started there, and I think he started to go down. I personally think he
That's what I
started at
told Tina.
7, and then the kids came up, and the babies
Mhm.
was crying. I'm gonna take these
I
30
told you,
months
Tina.
off.
I
These
think that
30 more
video.
months.
I think that
I
video
think
helped.
he
You
did.
said, look, Blue's talking about he went to the back and found some ways
He
to cook.
did. He
I
did
bet that
find
man
them.
already knew what he was doing 2 weeks ago.
No. I no. As far he knew that Diddy was gonna get time.
Yeah.
I think he was gonna give him
I think he started at 7, where the probation
right.
people started,
I think he was
and then
gonna
he
give
went
him that
down.
7. I think
And
I
I
think he
think
wanted to give him the 7. Because think of when he came out, he said, didn't he say like 145 months? Didn't
Right.
he said some
He said
crazy?
it
I was like, wait, what?
35 can be reasonable if I want it to be.
I said, what? I think he wanted to do that. And that's when he went in the back and was like, I can get him. I can get him. I ain't gonna get him though. I like his kids. I ain't gonna get him.
yeah,
But
this is where I think this is how I think he did. I think the kids came, and he was like, oh, okay, cool. Let me take 20 months, 20 days. Okay, we good. The video came. He like,
mhm.
it's a little syrupy, but I'm gonna minus 5 months. Your Honor, he has a engagement scheduled next week. Let me put back these
Yeah, let me put
54.
this back on. Yeah. Let me throw this back on. See, I said before all of this was going down, I was under the pretense of, and I told Tina, like around 3 years. I was like, if he is gonna get some time, it'd be around which is kind of what he got anyway. But it'd
Yep.
be about 3 years. You know what I'm saying? And minus the 11 for time served, 11, 12 for time served, he'll be out in a year or so. That's what I was looking at. Or he was gonna walk. I had either he was gonna walk or he was gonna do 3. That's where I was at. But
Is it the moo cue?
Blue thinks that relevant conduct should not be like considered. Let me tell you how these judges use relevant conduct. Tory Lanez. That judge told Tory Lanez, you know what? You have been a terrorist on social media. You have terrorized
that
this
is
man.
bad though.
This man looked at what Tory Lanez was doing on social media. He said,
Mhm.
"You have been a terrorist. You have been a menace to society, to
Yep.
her, this whole process, and for that reason, I have to give you 10 years." Now, the social media ain't had nothing to do with
Nothing,
the
but
case.
that's Tina. That is wrong because
That's
he is
not
what?
wrong.
No, Tina.
That is
Tina.
a
He is.
deterrent. That is a
n-
deterrent because otherwise, people will feel like, Pam, we lost you. Pam, you on mute? Yeah, that's a deterrent because otherwise people will feel like they can do whatever they want as long as it ain't got nothing to do with the case. I bet when Tory Lanez gets shipped back to Canada,
To
he won't be
Canada.
on that internet
Tina.
acting a fool no more.
What part of it did you thought that he was pulling out of his tail that he didn't that he added on that you didn't like? I
Who
missed that
sub?
part.
Who submarinian?
Yeah.
He kept bringing up coercion. I didn't like that he went back coercion. Tina says, well, they all were coerced during
Course of the Mann Act
the course of
crime
the
that
Man
we
Act.
were looking
She
for.
not necessarily wrong, but she not necessarily right in my eyes.
Here is where this is where it comes from when they tell y'all to hush and be quiet. You don't have to bring forth any type of anything. I think he kept pulling from the fact that Diddy's team capitulated that he was a violent man.
Yeah,
They
I
ga-
yeah.
they gave that to them. Yes,
Mm.
he's a violent man. So as he's going through as he was going through all of that information, because I know people will say, "Oh, well, they threw out the all right, Pamela. Hold on, y'all, cuz my mic is cutting up real bad.
Throughout the RICO and the trafficking. And I don't, you know why he should have got more. I would have added more time in because as soon as the case was over, I hate. They are a great defense team if you need defenders, but they can say some really horrible things. Not judge, but attorney Agnafilio walked out
Mhm.
after that nice, gracious sentencing and said, I think the judge was unfair. He said coercion 12 times. He said that they were victims. The jury obviously let it be known that they were not victims. They're victims. No matter how you look at it, they are victims. That's why I keep bringing up Trayvon Martin. Just because George Zimmerman was not convicted does not all of a sudden make Trayvon Martin he's not a victim. All his team
No,
got to do is say the
right.
right thing.
I
Say
think he was. I think he
wrong.
was wrong in saying that. Yeah, I think he was wrong in saying that they weren't victims. But like I said, I think they all were victims. You know what I'm saying. I think everybody. If I would have been the judge, I would have. No, she not getting immunity. No, no, no immunity for her.
And I think that was everybody getting immunity. People, when they were talking about this, I could not understand how there wasn't more caveats to this RICO charge other than the sex. You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
Mhm.
I wanted them to tie in, like they like the bank sent such and such all this money over here to do this, and they were coming through this. I personally, again, when we figured out what a freak off was,
Yeah.
then everything was like, I
Eh,
started scratching my head because I was thinking, Lord, we finna figure out what happened in '92 with the
mhm.
parties and stuff. I thought it was tying into
They were
all of this
fine,
stuff.
but they requested a speedy trial, Pam. So they was like, "Oh God, we got to hurry up and get this
See,
together." I think,
that's smart.
yeah,
That's
no, it's smart for sure.
Diddy had the money and he had good lawyers on his side.
Mhm.
Trial don't allow for them to put all of that together. And,
Yep.
and I don't think they could. I honestly don't believe that they had what you're talking about, Pam. I don't think that was that. I think they put that out there because this was not only this was more so a trial through the public than it was.
Like sensationalism.
Yeah. And
Okay.
they really relied on that real heavy. That's why that video was shown 100 million times. That's what
Yeah.
they made sure to make Diddy a bad guy. You know what I'm saying? They made sure to strip him down of all his running marathons and giving turkeys out and doing all of that stuff. Vote or die. They made sure, fuck all that. Run the video again, Sam. You remember the cartoon? Play it again, Sam. They play it again,
Yeah.
Sam. They made sure that video was on repeat in that courtroom.
Right, right. Well, then I guess I would have just I.
But that was their
Sounds like
smoking gun.
okay, because when I look back, I'm just going back over the case. It would have been smarter just to do the trafficking and the transportation part of it and
Mhm.
beef all of
Straight
that
up.
setup. Versus because, like I said, when I'm hearing RICO, if somebody, I'm a citizen. When I hear RICO, I'm thinking you told me drugs, you told me
Mhm.
sex, you told me all of these things, and
I'm
then
looking
we
for the
know
cartel and,
I'm looking for a small drug distribution center through
Mhm.
Bad Boy. I'm looking for hiring out women to please the people in the businesses. I was
Right.
trying to figure out how that tied in with the white party and all of this
Mhm.
other stuff.
Yeah.
But I feel bad. The person that I feel bad for is Capricorn Clark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel really bad for her because I believe that she was blackballed. I believe Diddy ran through that house and picked her up and told her, "Let's go over to Kid Cudi house." I believe all of those things. I think the prosecute. If I'm going to talk about what the problem with the prosecution is, they pin too much on Jane.
Yeah. Jane
She
threw
should
'em
have been a
off.
footnote. She should have been a footnote.
But they had
Um,
to focus on Jane once Gina backed out. Once you lost
see,
Gina, I
I
think the case started to just
mm, see,
because she was
especially
all
with the
in
letter that
2 weeks. She was all in 2 weeks before trial
mm,
because when
She did
you know
Tasha K.
Cassie was Jane Doe number one. Cassie didn't want to be named. Then
come
Cassie
on,
submitted
Cassie.
a motion and said, "I want to use my name. I don't want to be
Mm,
Jane Doe." Then 3 days later, Gina was like, "Well, I want to use my name too."
mm.
Then a week later, she went missing. So it's like Gina was 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
I
She
would
was
have liked to see Gina because I think Gina would have told this trial up. I think Diddy would have walked. I think he would have walked. on
is the
water.
way she leans. You know what I'm
But
saying?
I,
Because
but
when
I'm
she
saying,
sat
I
down
think
with Dr. K, I believed everything she said.
no, but that's what I'm saying. I think Gina would have got up there because it seemed like might have been a little some palm greasing going on. I think Gina would have got up there and
That's why
Woody
they didn't call her. Yeah.
that case.
Yeah, don't call her because she's finna go up there and
Mm.
say she loved him. She loved rubbing his foot. He used to fly her out to Vietnam. And no, don't put her up there.
I think she
I'd
would
have
have
pulled
Woody
up
that
that
case.
Tasha K interview. I'd have said, so but you told these people this. What happened?" And then David talked about when Diddy was
They
Diddy
would
was
have brought kept it out. They would have fought. They would
Yeah.
not have allowed
And
that.
I don't think they would have been able to bring that in. I don't think they would have been able to bring that in
They
because it
talked
was
about it in the motions, though, for
yeah
sure.
they talk, in the motions, but I don't think they would have been able to legally bring it into the actual for the jury.
I'd have brought Tasha K to the courtroom.
Now that would have been a way to try to get it in.
I'd have brought Tasha K
But
in.
I'll guarantee you, Tasha K is running from all courtrooms. She ain't trying to be in no courtroom drama. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
I'd have brought it in because what's his name? The assistant David. One of those assistants talked about how he saw
The weed
Diddy tuck.
roller
I don't know
or
which one it was.
the drug mule, the drug guy.
The
Nah, the
one
big
for
dude,
drug.
the
Which
big
one was the
white.
one that said he saw Gina throwing? I mean, not Gina.
I think you
Diddy
talking
throwing
about.
apples
I
at
think it was
Gina.
George Kaplan. Man,
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was one of them that said that he saw Diddy throw apples. So now she gonna have to come up there and say, "Well, did he hit you with an apple? Did he throw an apple with you?" I don't remember.
I
Oh,
don't
okay.
recall.
And then I'd have
Okay.
remembered whatever she said to Tasha K. Well,
Mm.
Yana, I need Tasha K up in here. I need for her to say what she said over there. But they relied too heavily on Jane, and Jane's problem, and I don't care what anybody says, and you could go out. Jane's problem was she thought she was the main bee, but she wasn't, and she was pissed off with that. I think
why
when
she
she
thought that?
because she did everything for her man, her man, her man.
I think the jury felt that too. I think the jury felt a lot of the women were real catty against each other.
Mm-hmm.
So like, yeah, y'all might didn't like doing some stuff, but it seemed like y'all did like doing some stuff because she did it.
Yeah.
And I'm a prove that I'm a better
Yeah.
My
than you.
man,
You
my
know what I'm
man.
saying? Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
I
And
think
see, she was pissed off because she figured she was doing all of that. They was loving all up anything. And then she saw Young Miami at the Met Gala.
mhm.
Oh, no, ma'am.
Oh yeah.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Man, I man get called.
Yeah. Wait, why is she at the Met Gala?
Why didn't they call Miami or Carisha? Even the defense. Why didn't the defense like the one thing I didn't like about the defense is they didn't call anybody for Diddy's side who would have just been a ride or die.
I don't think you could have called anybody.
Who
There
were
would
they
have
gonna
been
call?
nobody who could have called because they would have tore them apart.
Who were they gonna call?
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, nobody, no rider, you know what I'm saying? Like just some patsy. Like just nah, man, I was with Diddy
Look,
every day.
you remember Don got up there and said that Diddy popped Cassie and Usher and somebody else was sitting up in there.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But I'm just saying who you because I mean at that point, let me call Usher.
Mm.
Let me call, because you didn't call none of you remember all these little butlers and stuff like that. Where is all of
You
those
talking about
people?
my man's
The L-
Farnsworth.
yeah, where is all of these people?
Yeah.
Where are all these different assistants? And then you have I was surprised that the chef didn't testify. She wrote a letter, but
I
she
think they
didn't
felt they
testify.
had enough. I think the prosecution felt that they had enough,
Yep.
and
They
Because
really
the chef,
didn't.
they
the chef
didn't.
was more so going into the RICO. And
Mhm.
I think they thought they had enough. I thought they had enough. I
I
don't know what man, they had two predicates easy to
mhm.
me. Because they
Because
had
They
the
couldn't do it because of Jane. Nobody believed
yeah,
Jane.
it was the way it was. Remember when they presented it to the jury? It was
Mhm.
confusing.
I think they had two predicate acts. I think they had the distribution. That was easy. I mean, it was obvious he was
Mm.
giving people,
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
They even agreed that he has a,
yeah.
problem.
Drug problem.
I think
Mhm.
there was I think they just felt like and this is where celebrity kicks in. I think this is where they both were playing in the media. I think they felt like, do we
Rock and
really
roll
want to
lifestyle.
make him like do we really want to like crumble him?
Mm.
And like you said, Pam, this is a little blurry with Jane. Jane, do we really want him to lose everything? Of course, all celebrities use drugs. Of course, all celebrities are mean to their assistants. Of
Mm.
course, all celebrities don't want to pay their assistants overtime. So I think that's where it was. But to me, if you following the letter of the law, I think they had like 6 predicate acts. Easy. I think
Well,
Well,
I mean,
if
I don't necessarily think you're wrong, Tina, but like I said, when they
I do,
what
go for
that
it,
she's
Pam.
wrong.
she's wrong.
Go
Well,
for it.
the reason I'm looking at it from a juror standpoint is a lot of it was the way that they laid it down in trial. It didn't flow. It didn't flow like we got him.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
I don't think they put the best RICO case together and presented it to the jury. And then at the end, when the judge instructions came, I can't do none of this. Like I can't check yes, this happened. I really can't.
That's where I
Jane,
was going. Yeah, because when
like
they
I can't check that box. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have 2 of the 3 or however much that's needed because for one thing, you didn't lay it out like a good well written movie, which
Mhm.
that's what you should be doing as a prosecution. I need to
Yeah.
lay this story. I need to have a dope. They just like I'm trying to tell you, they thought that video was gonna be enough sympathy for the jury to convict with the RICO. Well, you see, he beating her up. You see, he beating her up. You see, he beat her up. You see, he play it again. You see, he beat her up. But what about this RICO though? Oh, play the video again. Like, no, I want to know about the RICO. Right, just watch the video. It's all in the video. No, it's not. Like, they didn't do a good job with that. I don't think so. And a lot of the witnesses to me was not RICO witnesses. They were he beat me up witnesses. He's violent witnesses, not RICO. We do
Yeah.
drugs. We all do drugs. You know, we some druggies. But he beat me up. So it's like that. It's like that.
yeah, I think that again
Again,
it goes it goes on Jane. Because with the RICO is a 5-year statute of limitation, but if you can show that this behavior was continuous,
Mm-hmm.
then they gotten it. But the problem
There was a
is that
break.
we all know that there was no break, but they didn't prove that
Mm-hmm.
that break didn't exist because of the fact that there was a break because Gina didn't show up. Gina was more important than anybody thought that they were. They thought Jane was going to be important, but Gina
yeah.
was more important
Yeah.
because she would have established that she would have been able for them to establish that there was no break in the behavior.
Continuance. Yeah.
And so that's why I feel bad about for Capricorn Clark because of the fact of that they did not believe Jane. So therefore, all of those things that we're talking about, the drugs, yes, I did. They were throwing mollies and pills and things around like they were candy.
Like they
Yes,
was candy.
when you're talking about the bribery, yes, because of the fact that the guy from the hotel was able to bargain up about how much money that they were going to get, and they were putting it in the machine according to the testimony and putting out that money. Yes, you saw that. The kidnapping, yes, they went and got Capricorn Clark. They went and got Capricorn Clark. I believe they went and got Capricorn Clark. Were there witness tampering? Of course, because of the fact that they couldn't pull it out on Dawn, but they should have gotten that other person. Was there forced labor? Uh, everybody who worked for them talked about all the hours and things that they worked beyond that were reasonable. I
Right.
believe all of those things, but the jury did not believe Jane, and they couldn't. There was no way that they were framing her to make it believable because as soon as she said, "Yes, I attended the freak off with another rapper and his wife,"
Mm-hmm.
how was she trafficked?
That's why I thought trafficking and arson was gonna be tough, but I thought the other 6, I'm like, you got 6 there. You got 6 out of the 8. I always thought the trafficking was gonna be tough, but I'm like the kidnapping, bribery, tampering, forced labor, transportation. I'm like, how can you not get 2 out of these 6? I was
Because they
surprised.
told that story like a drunk black man uh talking about 2 or 3 girlfriends trying to fight. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
telling you.
The way they told their story was like, okay, boom, such and such and such and such. But wait a minute, let me pull so and so in here because they're gonna tell
Mm-hmm.
their story, and then
It
so and
wasn't
so. It was no
couldn't follow no
cohesion.
good through line. No
Yeah.
good
Yeah, it
through
was
line.
no cohesion. It was just like you had this person to come on. you had this person, and then you brought the police in, and then you come back and you bring the police over here. You
Yeah.
come back, you got the people. You should have had all the police people there first. This is the stuff that we found. This is why we found it. You just brought Cassie in, and then when you brought Cassie in, you just brought everybody who was affiliated with anything that went on and came down the road with Cassie.
Mhm.
And then if you wanted to talk about Gina, I don't know if you could have talked about her without her being there, or her needing to be there. But anyway,
Mhm.
you could have brought all those people. But look at all the people that probably were uh, uh that talked about Gina that didn't get on the stand. That's why they were able to take away a week or two, because those testimonies they no longer had.
Right.
They just didn't tell they did not, they, like I said, they didn't tell a cohesive story.
Yeah.
They thought that just having all of the information was going to, people were just going to just like, oh well, this is all the information, they were going to take all of that information
Mhm.
in. But again, and I'll say it until until I'm blue in the face or I'm white, they didn't believe Gina. They did not believe Jane.
Nope.
Yeah.
They didn't believe Jane, and when they did not believe Jane, that messed it up for those two charges. Because separate out of the RICO, the trafficking and the transportation are two charges that are also under RICO.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So if they had got those charges separately, then they would have also had the RICO as well. So
I always thought the trafficking was gonna be gray because I don't think it was gray to me because it's just like if you go to a bank 10 times in 1 week and on the 10th day you decide to rob it, you committed a crime. So
Mhm.
I feel like if Cassie consented 9 out of the 10 days and one day she said, "No, I don't want to do it," and
Mhm.
you make her get on the plane and you force I think that's the trafficking to me. Other people don't see it that way. Obviously, the jury didn't see it that way, but I think this was a clear-cut trafficking case to me. So, but I think there was so many times where she consented that made the jury just like,
Yeah, I was
well,
gonna say that. Yeah, Cassie was. I think they believe 75% of Cassie, 25. Like you said, that a lot of the stuff is like, but Cassie, you seem like you was down. Seem like you might have been the
mhm,
mastermind behind some of this stuff now. And I think it. I come from, I come from like a gang background. So
yeah,
like we have gang injunctions. You wear the wrong colors, all
mhm,
y'all go down. You know what I'm saying? This was kind of the same thing with this whole Rico situation. And it's like, well, hold on. I just like wearing blue. You know what I'm saying? And Cassie was like, well, hold on. I just like this sometimes, but I didn't want to, you know what I'm saying? Didn't
do it
want to
all
do
the
it this.
time.
So
Yeah,
it was like, well, which one are you? Are you down or are you not
yeah,
down? And I think that's
mhm,
how the jury kind of looked at it. You know what I'm
yep,
saying? Like I said, I don't necessarily think anybody should have got immunity. Like, if we're gonna put people away, let's put them away.
yeah.
Let's give it to them. You know what I'm saying?
that's why I was confused about this,
You have
because
no case without immunity because
every
everybody gonna remain silent.
right.
What's that? I ain't hear you.
I was gonna say, but you have no case without immunity because everybody just would have remained silent. You would have
True,
no.
true, true that.
But I'm still, where was KK? That's what I want to know.
We finna go through all the cast
Bad
of
boy.
characters. Where was KK?
Where was KK? Where were these security and bodyguards? None of them
They
testified
remain
for anything.
silent.
You know, uh, where is all of these people?
You know,
Because I'm still,
They remain silent.
I not to cut you off, Pam. I
no,
think
you're fine.
they do the preliminary interviews, and they probably be like, yeah, I'll testify, but it ain't gonna be for you. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm gonna get up there and I'm gonna just,
Probably.
because per- perjury is hard to really, you know what I'm saying? Get you on,
Yeah.
because I can get up there and say anything, and now you got to come back and get me for perjury. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? Which is a later trial. Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So think of that whole. uh, We all follow Young Thug, the Woody situation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now you have that situation going on, and you lose the big case, and now you finna come back and get me on perjury. Get out of here. You're not
Woody
gonna do
has
that.
taught all prosecutors how to handle immunity moving forward. You have to
Oh
have
yeah.
a clause in there that if you get up there and get to acting a fool, you going to jail. Cause Woody
Mhm.
played them people to the left.
Yeah.
There will be no more immunity deals the way that they constructed his immunity deal.
Yep.
That was crazy.
And I didn't follow that case, but they said that all of this. all of this started from him trying to get off of some stuff that he did. Is that true or
I think they kinda
No.
been on them boys for a while.
Yeah,
got
they've
you?
been on them. It's a whole bunch of stuff going on up there in Atlanta, especially during around that time. I don't think they should have RICO'd it. I think they should have just got them individually. I think they would, if they would have got them, picked them off one by one, they would have probably won all their cases
And they would have had several
and saved
charges
some
on their
money.
book. Yeah, because you would have had because I'm quite sure individually they would have they may have copped to plea or whatever individually, but now that you got 17 people sitting in a thing talking about RICO,
Yep.
and the because that case was so, I started looking at it and then I pulled back from looking at it because I started doing this number right here, like he looked like my cousin so and so's child, so I just kind of pulled
You
back
want
from
to be
there.
involved.
I ain't want to be up in
It
here
was
talking,
it was
but
unprecedented, Pam. That was never,
it was
and
too ambitious. It was
yeah,
too
it was just
ambitious.
too big. It was too, they wasted a lot. I don't know how funny is still there. I don't know, because it's a lot of money. Those people who was on that trial, they didn't get extra pay or anything like that. They was paid nothing for the longest, one of the longest trials in Georgia's history. They didn't get paid nothing.
Mhm.
Nothing.
Yep.
Couldn't go off and run and do another case.
They
Nothing.
bet the house on Woody. That's what the
Yeah.
problem was. Woody was the guy.
hmm
And when he got up there and acted a fool, the whole case fell apart.
But they
Right.
did him wrong. See, you gotta treat your the
Your
people who you got,
witnesses.
yeah, you got to treat them right. You can't treat them wrong. You can't
Yeah.
treat them wrong.
And somebody done broke him up somewhere. I saw him laying in the bed, broke
Yeah.
up. They showed something about somebody ran him over.
Yeah, he
Woody
fell
out here wilding.
off.
Woody ain't gonna stop. I mean, Woody is he a predicate. He probably gonna end up back in there. I hate to say it. He got a little fame, and now he really is probably on the BS
I
because he
never
got a little fame.
said he's going to get saved. He's getting his life right
I
with
hope
Christ.
so. I hope so. But
Well, that's what he said laying up
my
in that
doubt.
bed after,
Yeah,
somebody done broke him up. That, he done, that,
I got my doubts.
I feel bad for Woody though, a little bit, just a little bit, just an ounce,
Just a
because
smidge.
just a smidget, because I I mean I know it's the game, but I hate when they use the crash outs to kind of do all this stuff, and then
Mm,
they have to deal with the aftermath of the things that they've done. Plus, he a little off. So
yeah,
not only did y'all have him out handling business, y'all took advantage of somebody who a little
a
off.
little off.
yeah. He is a little off.
But,
You right
all
about
I
that.
can say about that is whoop-de-doo.
Whoop
Whoop
de
de
doo.
do.
That's how Diddy should have been. I bet Brian Steele was looking at Diddy like, I'm not used to this, because Young Thug said if we all got to go to jail, whoop de
We
doo.
all gotta go.
What? You want me to keep fighting after we just got you 2 years, sir? Hello.
Ain't no whoop de do. Thug is wrong on that. I don't know what Thug talking about.
He's
Whoop de do.
special. Now, if you talking about
Whoop de
somebody
do.
special,
Nah.
you sit up there and want to condemn me to jail because I'm a man. I'm a real nigga. No.
I think the bad thing is when somebody of Thug stature, you want to keep everybody out of jail, not whoop de do. No, I want to keep it, because if I do go down, I need you to either keep the stuff running, so
Yeah.
when I get out, or you're out making the money, so you can help me fight my case.
Right.
Not whoop de doo. What are we talking about? Like, that's the wrong mentality to have. Even on some street stuff, that's the wrong. No, man. Hey, you got the opportunity to get out. As long as you ain't putting me up on the chopping block, and you got the opportunity to get out, get your ass out there and get back to work.
But I think he felt like with Gunna pleading, the judge, I don't know if they set up a no, well, they tried to set up a no contact order. But he was like, I have to talk to him, he's my
Yeah, because he's
artist.
an
So
artist. Mhm.
I think that probably was his feeling, like, you finna throw me under the bus, bruh. Like, you can't even make no money for me if they give me a no contact order. And you just went up here and said that we a gang, bro. We not a gang.
See, and you know what though? This is what I hated, and we on a whole nother whole nother subject other than Diddy.
Talk about
But
thugs.
what I hated that they never did was they should have went to the dictionary and did the actual term of what a gang is.
Yeah.
Who cares about a gang? See, that's the thing. Who cares that YSL is a gang? Who
Yeah.
cares? It's all about whether we're doing criminal activity. Not being a gang is not illegal. It's not illegal to be in a gang. That should have been the whole play.
Yeah.
Yeah, who cares? Yeah, we're a gang. It's a shit. NYPD, y'all a gang? Because a gang is just, I want to say it's either 2 or 3 people in a
Yeah.
group.
It's some type of organization. Yeah.
Yeah, like, so what? We're a gang. It don't matter. Y'all, all we have to do is prove that we were not in the gang in furtherance of criminal activity. That's it. We rap. We a gang. It's a gang of rappers. Yes, we a gang. Shit, some of the gangs, some of the rap groups say gang in the name. Like, what are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? I just
think, look, I've had some friends who have been involved in things like that. I feel bad for Gunna because
me
I
too.
used to tell my friends all the time when I sit in the car, is there anything in here? Because if it is, let me know so I can get out. Because I'm telling you right now, if we go to jail, I'm not holding it. I'm not taking nothing for nobody.
Right.
So I feel like if Gunna did not know that stuff was in the car and y'all get pulled over and now he in jail, I'm like, bruh, I didn't, you know, I
Yeah, I
don't
ain't
know.
signed up
I
for
don't
this.
know what the full situation is, but that's what it sounded like. You know, they was in the car, it was stuff in the car. Now you got Gunna in some stuff, and he's supposed to be your artist. So I actually kind of feel bad for Gunna, but Thug mad at him. But it's like you kind of said, Blue, you should want Gunna to get out and be clear if he is that type of dude who really not on that gang stuff.
Yep.
And especially if you knew he wasn't on that gang stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let him. See, I think that's the bad part about it. Gunna was on he just wasn't on y'all gang stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
He was on
you know what I'm
the
saying?
other type of gang
Yeah, he
stuff.
was on the other type of but you knew this.
Yeah.
Oh, and you said his daddy said take care of him.
Mm-hmm.
You not taking care of him. You in the wrong,
Exactly.
not Gunna.
Yep.
Exactly. You were supposed to be big bro.
Right. You in the wrong.
Yep.
Oh, he was supposed to hold it down. Hold what down? You were supposed to hold it down.
Right. And see,
I'm
I
the
just think
rapper.
he's mad because he thought that if he was going down and his star was going to diminish, he thought Gunna was going to sit down and let his star diminish. And he didn't do that. He went on and tried, because he's running. He's just doing what he needs to do because he sees that type of lifestyle was going to put him in jail. He don't want that. Thug thought he should have. He thought Thug, to me, when I watched that interview with the guy, it was like he was mad because he made it out. And I was just like, no, it don't sound. I would have done the same thing, y'all. I would have had a high C note come out of my mouth, and no, I can't sing out the way I'd have been singing to them. Like, listen, A come through on such and such to do such and such and such and such and such. Now, don't hold me to this.
But Gunna didn't do that.
Yeah.
All Gunna did was, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That's all he did. He didn't point no fingers. He didn't implicate nobody. He didn't do none of that.
It still was bad.
Nah, I know some bad stuff. Look, everybody want to be too.
He could have done more, but I'm saying you said that it was a gang and you were aware of them doing criminal activity. So if I'm gonna play devil's advocate,
I didn't think you said that.
Yeah, she asked him. She said, "Are you aware that they participated in a yes, ma'am?" He said about 4 yes, ma'ams. It wasn't just one.
I mean, I remember. Well, if he said that, then let me back up. Hold on, now. You don't need to see now. That is implication. You can't implicate them on crime. Now. You can say they're a gang all day long, but we a gang that just he play the piano, he do the drums. I'm on vocals. You know what I'm saying? We a gang. But
he implicated him.
I ain't know that. I ain't know that.
But his lawyer's reasoning is doing this. It's never gonna come up in trial, so that's why it's okay. But in Thug's mind, it's like, bruh, but it can. Like, no, they didn't use it, but it can if they really want to take it there, because we already know that you have just said that we are a gang and we do.
And they would have pulled some Judge Submaranian and went back in the chambers and found something to pull it up.
I know how these people do, just like they did in the Tory Lanez case when Kelsey got up there. I don't remember. I don't want to pull the tape because she playing. Go pull the tape. Because she in here acting.
But that's another thing about the prosecution not taking care of their witness too.
Yeah.
Because because people were like, well, we don't understand why she's cutting up. She was cutting up because the prosecution. I'm sorry. Here we go. She was cutting up because Rock Nation
Rock
Rock Nation.
called the Rock Nation called the prosecutor and said that Tory Lane's attorney was talking with Kelsey's attorney, and they was cooking up stuff. And Kelsey was like, "No, I had medical bills, and Tory Lane is gonna pay these medical bills." My lawyer was trying to get him to pay the thing. See, Rock Nation was in stuff they had no business being in.
I will say, this is what I'll say about that. Rock Nation messed up with Kelsey. That wasn't even on the prosecution messing up. Rock Nation messed up with Kelsey.
Yeah. They say Rock Nation messed up that whole trial, though.
They ain't messed up the trial. They messed up with Kelsey, because this is how I feel.
To me, messed up the trial.
This is how I feel. Meg and Kelsey was BFFs. Whatever happened, happened. They was gonna be cool at the end of the day. But when you split them up and say, "Hey, we're gonna look out for you, Kelsey. You know, we're gonna pay your rent for the rest of the year, but ain't no more. You don't talk to Meg no more." That was horrible. That was horrible. She was literally the most important witness. You can't ice her out like that, because now she's sitting back like, "Well, damn, what did I do? I didn't do nothing wrong. Like,
Right.
Meg, why you not answering? Like, what did I do?" And I think Rock Nation felt like, you need to stay away from both of them. You don't need to talk to them. This is a crazy situation. And then they found out, like Pam said, that Kelsey met with Tory, and so they cut her off completely. That was the wrong thing to do.
Yeah.
You should have kept her close. Because I don't, at this point, I don't blame her. Neither one of y'all are looking out for me, Meg or Tory. So I'm gonna get up here and do what I gotta do for myself. I don't recall. I don't remember nothing. That's one error they made. Now, Rock Nation usually don't make a lot of missteps, but that not taking care of Kelsey, that was horrible. I'm like, why
They
would
got
you
Rock
do that?
Nation do some missteps now.
Rock Nation, you will crumble.
You
Like that man said, because you was in the middle. Rock Nation did that one.
That's what
They
Tory
so
Dad
big-
said, wasn't it?
That's what he said, but he was telling the truth on that, because everybody couldn't figure out why she knew she said all of this stuff before, and then she started him hawing on the thing. Well, that's what it was. She was pissed off. She was like, "I'm trying to get my medical bills paid, and Meg them to keep trying to keep me from getting my bills paid." And that's why the Holly lady left, because the Holly lady was saying that the prosecution was trying to convict her for tampering with witnesses or something like that.
because
Rock Nation.
Rock Nation. I think that to me, that whole case was a mess. We talking about messes of a case. I think that whole case was a mess. A whole mess.
I think Kelsey told the prosecution that Tory Lanez's lawyer said that he could help her, but it had to be like through business or something. And that's when the lawyer was like, "Oh no, now you now you getting me wrapped up in some foolishness." And that's when she tapped out, like, "Oh no, 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 no." Because even if I did tell you that, why you gonna tell her that? If I'm trying to help you pay her off, why you gonna
Right. Well, don't tell me.
I'm out.
Right.
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
They who was that? Was it Scarface's lawyer? thought it was Scarface's lawyer. And that lawyer was like, get me out this group chat. No, ma'am.
Listen, and Mr. Tory could have had 2 years. Tory cuts the fool too. Him and Diddy cut up. Tory could have got 2 years and been okay. He was a terrorist. I don't like him. I don't like him.
You know what's so sad about that? And don't mishear me when I say this. But Megan wasn't going to say anything about who shot her, how shot her, all this other stuff. Tory gets online now. Mind you, this is not my generation, but I saw it all. When I'm with the pandemic, I saw it all. I saw Tory Lanez and Meg with the booty popping on the video, because I was like, "What, did people do this on IG Live?"
Yeah.
But I saw that. I saw how he was when the fans started making their own little theories about what happened and everything. He started doing all that. But when he did that video with that horse leg and he was I was like, "See, you do the team do too much." Just like Diddy, team do too much. You so busy thinking you was going to get out. I don't know why you had your engagements that you were going to be going to in your letters for what do you call those letters, y'all? It's popping my mind.
The impact letters?
Yeah, your impact letters.
them impact letters will get you every time. That's how they got Diddy. That's how Diddy got an extra 5 months added on because he
Exactly,
wanted to do
because
Miami.
you about to
Off
do
of
an
Miami.
investigate. You about to do engagements next week. Oh no, here's that extra 30 months back. No, no.
How many impact letters were for Diddy? How many people wrote letters? I know
Probably
Cassie
about
wrote.
30. Oh, you talking about on the prosecution side?
Yeah,
Probably like 6 or 7.
Yeah,
because they only talked about Cassie. They talked
it
about
was Cassie, her parents, Mia, Deontay Nash,
The chef,
and the chef. Yeah,
okay.
Capricorn. Did Capricorn right one?
and Capricorn.
Yeah, about 6 or 7. Mia. Oh, you said Mia. Yeah, about 6.
Mhm.
Diddy had about 30 of them. I kept getting emails going off, letters.
Mm.
I'm like, let me tell you something. Diddy has stressed me out. Do you know ever since Lil Durk been in jail, I probably done got 2 email alerts. Diddy, baby.
Because one no, but Dirk is gone. Dirk gone.
Diddy every day it's 3 alerts. I say he is working the hell out of them lawyers. Them
Yeah,
lawyers
he
are
is.
every day it's something. They uploading something. I say he going to
But
jail.
but hey, that's what the type of lawyer you need. You need somebody to fight for you, and that's
Yeah,
who did that. So
yeah.
you
But
know,
sometimes some of the stuff to me, I felt like some of the things they were doing was just an insult to the judge's intelligence because it was an insult to my intelligence. I'm reading this like I know good and God, bruh, come on.
Subterranean been on the bench only 3 years. They knew what they was doing. He was
No, they didn't know what they was doing.
just look at what Diddy got. Like y'all all say Diddy should have got more. Diddy is getting off light, is he
I don't
not?
think you should have got more. I think it fell where I thought it was gonna fall.
Yeah, Tina thought it was going to be
Okay.
about 4 years.
A lot of
I
them
thought it
know
was
they
going to be
should have
7.
gave him. I was like, I'm reading the comments. I'm like, man, Blue,
I
don't do
never
nothing
would have thought
wrong. You're
11
gonna be cooked.
years.
The people ain't gonna like. Don't do nothing wrong. Don't do nothing.
I
The
never
people in
thought
the
it would be 11 years. I thought it was going to be because once I saw where they had mentioned that the parole, what is it?
Mm.
The report said 80, what was it 78 to 87 months. I
Yeah.
was like, and then I saw Diddy said 14 months, and I think I saw them say 100. I was like, oh yeah, the judge is gonna go right here in the
Right
middle
here.
because he's gonna look at that
I
report.
don't like that. I don't even like the
That
judge
report.
coming out saying 147, whatever he said. Like, why you said that, Judge?
I want to know what's in that PSI report because when they said that they were thinking 80 months, I'm like, what is in the report? Like,
Mm.
what did they find out that made them say 80 months? Like, they had to find some stuff
You
out.
talking about the prosecution?
No, not the
No.
prosecution. The
Oh, you talking about the parole?
yeah,
Yeah.
parole.
I think I was reading something earlier today actually about
Because
that.
they haven't filed it. I want to see. I don't know if they are gonna file it, but I'm like, how did y'all get to
No,
80?
I don't think that'll be filed. I think that's just for the court. I think
That's
that's
a
just
lot.
for the court.
I was surprised. I thought they were gonna be like 36. I'm
I
like,
think it was more so could in years and probation. I'm trying to remember what I was reading. The 80,
no, that was times they
I
wanted you.
know, but I'm thinking, what did I read? They was going off people getting probation for it, and it was always up to this 80 months. So maybe they thinking, hey, just give him the 80 months. I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know.
But you know,
But
when they do the PSI report, they talk to Diddy, they talk to
mm,
his family, they do mental health, they look at income, they look at all that, and then they look at this. So I'm like, what did they see on the negative side that was like, oh nah, this nigga
violence,
80 months. Yeah.
violence, violence.
Because you would think someone like him, you have enough wealth to get
Mm,
your drug addiction taken care of. We know you going home to a good home. So I was like,
mm,
they probably going 36 months.
violence, just violence, and violence against women. I
Yeah.
think you know what I'm saying. So
Did they because I heard somewhere and I don't know if it's any validity or not. So this is all alleged because I'm not sure. But someone said something about Diddy had a mental health diagnosis too.
Say he was diagnosed with bipolar. They ain't talking
yep,
about that at all.
Not at all.
yep.
That would have been that. I would have been talking about that all the time.
But that's what I was. That's what I was like. Them white folks would have said this man is mentally ill. He got
Mhm.
bipolar. He got. That's what I was trying to say earlier, Tina. Like
Yeah.
all of that would have been laid on the table. Hey,
Mhm.
take into account his bipolar disability, take
Because that
into
would have been
account
my main focus of his drug uses. Because
yeah, his drug use, he's self-medicating.
Mhm.
I think they harped a little too much on, well, his dad was killed. You know what I'm saying? They probably saw that his daddy was a Harlem gangster and they was like, oh, hey, don't fall too far from the tree now, does it? I
And
think it
then
was more so stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and that would have brought up Frank Lucas and all of them people.
yeah, like I just think to piggyback off of what you said, Tina, I do think the lawyers were a little cavalier. So you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying, in some of the stuff that they were saying, but I do think that they put on a damn good defense. They really did their job, and whatever money that Diddy had to pay was well spent because beating that RICO, you
I
know.
think adding, Steele and Westmoreland helped him
Hmm.
'cause if it just would have been Agnifilio,
Oh yeah. Oh no, he would have been gone. I think,
because
and it would have been short too. It would have been a quick trial.
Agnifilio was tripping the whole time.
Hmm.
You know what I have a question about? What happened to that lawyer that left? I wonder why he left. You remember
Oh,
there
they
was
threw him under the bus.
Which one?
They threw him the black guy, Xavier Donaldson.
Oh yeah, yeah.
not Xavier Donaldson. You remember there was a
Last name
during the
Rico.
when he was trying to get out on bail, there was this black lawyer that was on there that looked like they'd been with Diddy for 152 years. And then he right before the trial, he left. Yes.
Anthony Rico. Anthony Rico.
He
They
might
talked
not have.
about him in they talked about him Friday because they said because the judge brought up the notepad situation or whatever. The judge
Mm,
was, they was how y'all lied about the notepad. And they was like, well, you are right. There was a mistake with that, but that came from the other lawyer who's no longer with the team. I was like, yeah, damn, Anthony Rico, they done threw you under the bus. That's his name. It was Anthony Rico.
mm.
Gotcha. Okay, because I didn't know. I knew he was there, and there was this big thing about him being gone, and then it was just like we got Westmoreland and Brian Steele, so everybody was like, "Yay!"
I
There was
think
a
they,
power conflict going on.
yeah, they got rid of him to appease the court too. Like Diddy got caught with the notepads and all of this other stuff.
So let me
We
ask you a
somebody
question
need to
about those
pound the flesh.
notepads because I kind of that's kind of have blurred out of my memory. So they
Mhm.
did a raid on his cell,
Mhm.
Mm.
and then they said that they found these notepads,
Mhm.
and the notepads he said was that it was confidentiality because it was with this lawyer, and they weren't.
So this is what happened because I remember covering this. They raided the cell, did Agnifilio, got up into that freaking motion session and saying, "Hey," they looked through his notebook and it had the word legal written on it. And Judge Summeradian was like, "Really?" Like they looked through the notebook and it had the word legal on it. Yes, this is a violation. He needs to be let out right now. They know our whole case looking through that. Judge
Mm.
was like, "Okay, if that happened, that's serious." I was like, "Oh, he finna get out." Child, them people uploaded them pictures of the notebook. The notebook had my stuff written on it. So the judge was like, "You just came here 2 weeks ago and you said the notebook had legal on it. So did it have legal? Because they just submitted pictures and it said my stuff, Mark Agnifilio." "Oh, I thought it had legal on it." Go back. All y'all go. That's what I'm saying. They've been playing with this man. Go.
No,
Go.
adding the Filio. See, Brian still want to pull that. Still want to did that.
Cause like, go. Why y'all
Still was on the thug. Still was still working the thug case during that time, so he
And if
couldn't.
it was legal, why didn't they have him do that in the very first place? Because I don't think he knew that he could do that. I really don't.
Filio ain't smart enough.
Because Diddy would have had that done. He would have had legal written on there and right up under legal. Take that. Take
Take
that.
that. Take
That's
that.
the thing, Pam. When they went into the notebook, that's where they found out that he was going to bribe or that he had bribed Kalina. And they
Mm.
tried to bring that up into the bribery because they was like, "Judge, y'all don't need to let him out. We went through the notepad. We found out that he, was bribing Kalina Harper, blah, 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 blah." So he was writing legal strategies in the notebook, but it didn't have the word legal on it. They said, when you're locked up, if you write legal on your notebook, they can't go into that.
Why would he write that in a book though? Like I would have just had that in memory. Like I know her. Hey, next time I talk to my lawyer, y'all need to reach out to
I guess
Kalina.
they
I gotta.
talk about it over the phone. I don't know.
But that's something that you should ingrain in your brain. Like not write it on a sheet of paper. Like you know what I'm saying? They already got you
He wrote
locked
it down.
down, though.
I will never forget that hearing because they tried to say that was a legal notepad. And the prosecution was like, no, it's not a legal notepad. He had speaking engagements in it. He had his finances like mapped out on how he, he was going to have his bills paid. He had record label deals set up in that, and he
He's
had
still
information
signing people.
about
He's still trying to sign.
he still had information in there about paying Kalina Harper off, because I'm assuming they were going to bring that in. So his team probably was like, tell us what happened with this situation, bro. Like, what did you like?
I'm look, if Diddy, maybe the time is fair. If he did that, like
Yes.
you can't write that. Look, if I'm locked up, I'm not writing down, all right, let me pay off this judge or let me pay off this witness. Yeah. Why would I write that down when my cell can be raided anytime?
Because number one, you thought you was getting ready to get out. Number
Exactly. This was
two,
right before he was his third bail hearing.
number two, you're Diddy. You're used to doing whatever it is you want to do, when you
I
want to
give you
do it,
that.
and how you want to
I
do
give
it.
you that, Pam.
And so, why would he think that because I wrote something down like this, that's where you have to learn how to write in shorthand or something like that.
Look, he better learn a different language or something that they couldn't understand.
But this is my thing about it, Blue. This is why I said this judge has been fair, because they called a motion for that. They tried to say his Fourth Amendment was violated because of attorney-client privilege. So the judge was like, "Well, hell, let's go to court. What happened, Judge? The notebook had the word legal on it. They went through it. They found our whole legal strategy. This is violation." Da, da, da. So the judge is like, "Y'all went through the nigga legal notepad? What?"
Yeah.
He was like, "Well, we'll meet back up in a week. If they did that, this whole case might get thrown out." Child. Damn notebook had the word "my stuff" on it.
They could have got him out. They didn't do right. That would have been the first thing I would have. Hey, man, you got that? You got to write this on the leak, because I'm pretty sure that's the pad that he was taking to his meetings with his lawyer.
But they probably that you're not supposed to look at it if it has the words legal on it. So
No,
they're
I'm saying,
trying to say, he go ahead.
if he sitting by, across from his lawyer, I think Pam even said it. Why they didn't just say, "Hey, man, put all the stuff that you need in here. This is what me and you. That way it's client privilege, client lawyer privilege or whatever. Then they can't go through it. Why wouldn't they do that?"
Had a manila folder with the word legal on it. They said we didn't go in that folder. We went into the notebook next to the folder. So he was writing information in both places.
And didn't have sense enough to put the
bipolar.
legal pad inside the manila folder.
That's the bipolar. It's got to be.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be. He was manic. And he just, he didn't tear the stuff out the notebook and put it in the manila folder. He just left it there thinking, "Oh, well, I got it touching the manila folder. They can't do it."
I remember the argument like the back of my day. I was like, I know these prosecutors did not send somebody into the man's cell and went through his legal.
Maybe they asked, but maybe they really thought that it was in the folder. Maybe they did tell Diddy, "Hey, keep this in the folder." But when they rated it, Diddy just had it out all willy nilly.
He could have been writing in it. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. He was
I'm
writing.
trying to give him, Pam. I'm trying to give
writing and it was out of the thing, and then they came in to raid. He didn't have enough time to put it in there.
I just don't think the lawyers would have did that motion if they knew. You know what I'm saying? But if me as a lawyer, that's because I was like, "Oh, I can get him out." Should they raided and went through his legal? Yes, I'm gonna call him out. Come on, Tina, you calling a motion for that?
But also too, Diddy probably told them they took my stuff and it was legal, man, and you all gotta go in there and do something. Y'all gotta go in there and do something.
That is not what it looked like. Why you flying? That is not what it was. If you don't get that AI off this screen, man.
Because they was the prosecution was getting ready to bring extra bribery in, because that was another case of bribery and witness tampering. So I guess that was part of their reason why he should stay in jail, because we went through the notebook and we found out he bribed Kalina Harper. This is witness tampering. He knows she's a witness. And that's when they said, "No, that was a legal notepad. Da, 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 da." And I said, "Oh, this case gonna get thrown out. Y'all went through the man legal pad. Child, it had my stuff written on it."
No way. Nah.
That was they've been playing in this man's face, bro.
They just slipped up. I don't think it was on the lawyers. I think that's on Diddy. I'm gonna give the lawyers a benefit of the doubt.
How's it on Diddy?
Because he should have had it in the manila folder. That was
You
the
don't bring
legal
the
stuff.
motion if you know
That
you
should
they
say
lied.
my legal stuff. That's
Yeah,
what
That
that's
it says.
he should have had the little you put the up arrow and you write legal on
Legal. Mm-hmm.
my legal stuff. I forgot to write legal on
Mm-hmm.
that.
That's exactly what's going on.
y'all
He
don't
didn't put
understand the
legal.
frustration I done had with this case because every week it was something like that. It was like, oh, the notebook. I'm like, damn, Daddy finna get out. Yeah, these
You
people
know,
lying.
I understand. You know, because this case was extensive, and just like this, Blake Lively and Justin
Blake
Baldoni,
Lively,
I
yeah.
had to take them off of my alerts
Yeah, I had to
because
say out of Blake Lively
They
them.
get he getting sued, right? Justin Baldino getting
I
sued.
don't know. It's too much. It's too much back and forth,
Yeah.
and it's too much back and forth. It's just to the point where it's like petty now, and I'm just like, I had to check out
Well, to
that.
me, that whole thing was petty. I thought that was
Yeah.
just a petty some white folks
I
who
still
just
stand
wanna.
by the fact that she was trying to take over that film, and he was
Probably
just
was.
Yeah, but I
I
think that's
stand
petty. I think
yeah,
it's petty.
and he was so enthralled with, oh, Blake Lively, and they can get us places and stuff like this and move this film. I don't know why he thought that, but
Blake ain't the biggest actress.
no, but I think he understood that Blake was next to
Married to
Ryan and
Ryan.
then all this other stuff and Hugh Jackman and all this other stuff, thinking that they probably, you know, how some people think about Hollywood and Hollywood
Mhm.
connections and stuff like that. And he was just, I'm sorry, I don't mean no harm to you Baldoni fans, but he was just stupid. He was allowing her to do so many things. He should have either been the actor or he
Or
should have
director.
been the director.
Mm.
He couldn't do both. He
He
was
tried
just
to
not.
Spike
Yeah,
Lee
he
a little
wasn't
bit.
savvy enough to do both.
You got
Because had he have just been the director, I don't think that she would have gotten away with a lot of the stuff that she was getting away. She was using her DEI to get her
Mhm.
in places where she ain't had no business. I
Hey,
think.
But that's not normal. Y'all see how they saying Robert Downey Jr. I mean, I'm saying that's not abnormal. They say Robert Downey Jr. Debo in the set. These actors
come
try
on,
to do
man.
that sometimes.
They paying this man what 200?
100, 50
I
million, 40 to
heard
50 million a movie.
100. I'm sorry, 100. Come on, yeah, he finna Debo that set. He already. They brought him back to save it. What you think RDJ head ain't? Come on, man. Come on.
but
Yes,
physicality, he's looking real frail.
He
he
is.
is. He old though. People. Robert Downey Jr. is old, and he lost all that weight to do. He did
Oppenheimer?
no, it was a show he did. It was a TV show he did after Oppenheimer, where he was. I don't know if he was like some Israeli person or something.
He's only 60 though. I mean, that's old, but that's not like
He's a 60-year-old drug addict, Tina.
Well,
The
darn.
hard
Because
stuff.
I was gonna say the guy from Ghostbusters is like 70 or 80, and he all bulk and look good.
yeah.
He's a black man, Pam, who ain't
But
on the
still,
drugs.
but
I hope
still,
they look that good. So I said, Ernie Hudson.
yeah,
Okay,
Ernie
Ernie.
Hudson.
Ernie look good. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
said, okay, Ernie. Put your shirt back on, man. I see you.
yeah, Ernie.
No,
No, but
RDJ is a 60-year-old white man who's, and I ain't trying to put race into it, but drug addict. He's a drug addict.
he trying to play Doom every time. I don't read a whole lot of comic books. I talk to my comic book
Doom
people.
is a physically fit
But when
middle-aged
I looked at
man.
them comic books, Doctor Doom could get it. He looked nice.
I was mad at the casting. I'm like, what are y'all
I mean,
doing?
because when he stood up there and took that mask off, the momentum almost sent RDJ off the doggone.
He almost flew away with the mask.
He
Huh?
almost flew away with the mask. So I'm just like, he's looking a little too frail.
Did what was
There
it? He did a show and he lost weight for that show. Let me
did
see.
he? Not like 50 Cent weight. You remember that show 50 Cent lost all
Yeah,
that weight? He thought he was about to get that
Emmy.
Emmy.
it went straight to BET. That's sad too. But it was he did it. He only did it because he was friends. He was playing his friend. I get it, but
Yeah.
you're not. Yeah.
We gonna wrap this up in about 10. I told Blue I was only keeping him an hour. We're at an hour 45. So to wrap it up, final thoughts. What do y'all think life is gonna look like for Diddy after he gets out in 2 years? Like for Diddy.
Diddy is a man of he's rehabilitated his image. Well, I don't want to say rehabilitated his image, but he's changed his image, throughout the years. I think he lands back on his feet. I think he'll be fine. I don't real personable guy, you know what I'm saying? Good speaking, talking, educated. He'd be all right. Now, as far as how the public is gonna look at him, I don't see him being he can't be the diddler no more. Like we not getting Joker videos and him dancing on top of cars. We can't get that no more. Like your partying lifestyle. I better not see here no white parties, no nothing. Like you need to be at the house. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Christian could take over that lifestyle. Not the hotel nights and all that, but
Yeah.
that persona. But yeah, he'll be all right. He'll be all right. I think he'll get some deals back in order.
Yeah.
Um, go to rehab, stuff like that. One thing I did want to add before we wrap up though, Tina, another reason why I'm so fixated on with this is, we went through the whole Jonathan Major situation and how he was, I don't want to say railroaded, but how the public came into the courtroom and kind of, you know what I'm saying, the verdict on him, because that shouldn't even have went anywhere. Like that should have been, all right, y'all have a nice day. Like it
Right.
should have been that.
Yeah.
It's the, you know what I'm saying? So that's one of the reasons why I'm like with the judge looking at him going back to the chambers, bringing out new stuff to bring, you know what I'm saying, for the sentencing or whatever. But that's the only reason, is because I've seen two black men kind of go down, get taken off the board. You know what I'm saying? In less than what, it's been 2 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I think he's not going to he's going to reinvent himself. He's going, he's done the Diddy and the Brother Love. He's going to be accountability now.
He gonna be a what?
He's going to be Mr. Accountability now.
Okay.
I just think, again, I think what's going to be key for Diddy is get his mental health in order so he will not be self-medicating, go through whatever the counseling he needs to go through with the DV, with all of those different things. I think if he comes out, looks, Mr. Accountability, he might write a book. I think, but also too, he's going to have to just go back to his family. I would hate for, if his mother is still here when he gets out,
Hopefully
I
she
think
will
things
be.
will be fine. If his mother is not here and when she gets out, there's going to be a little spiraling. But that's just personal stuff. I think he needs to get with his children, because you have you have 4 kids that have lost their mother, and now you have left them in this way in the pivotal years of their life, graduating from high school, matriculating into adulthood as women. uh you're gonna have to figure all of that out professionally. I think that he's gonna find something to do, whether he gets into the Christian pipeline and
Yeah.
make money through that Christian pipeline, produce a couple of gospel albums and
better go
things like
holler at
that.
Mace.
Yeah, do something like that. Or he's gonna get out here like a lot of folks and get them a podcast mic, and he's gonna have his podcasting Mr. Accountability.
Yeah.
But I wanted to put my piggyback my little stuff about Jonathan Majors,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna say it to you like this. I think him going to court had a lot to do with how messy he went through that personal life than it did do with the courtroom itself. Because when we go back and we look at it, the prosecution was going to drop those charges. They were dropping all of those charges because, again, the police had kind of put 20 on 10.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But then when that man popped out with Megan Good and that girl saw that, She came way back from England to come in and sign that paperwork.
You know how y'all girls be, Pam. You gotta, if you dating me, you date me publicly. Put me on your Instagram, put me on your Facebook, put
I
me
don't
on
think
everything.
Megan wanted to be public. I think that was a strategic move by his legal team. I have criticized his legal team from the jump. I thought that was horrible. That was horrible.
Because
Had to
it
put
would have faded.
That
Excuse me. It would have faded into the wind. Number one, had you not put those text messages out, it would have faded in the wind. Had you just look, whatever her name is, can't remember it off the top of my head, and I don't want it to be called.
Grace Jabari.
Here is 56,000, 80,000, whatever it is you need to do. Go ahead and do what you need to do. I'm gonna be over on this side of the world. You stay over on that side of the world. Mwah.
No, I do think it could have been, once the legal process started happening, I do think it could have been, y'all are absolutely right. It could have been handled way better.
Mm-hmm.
The legal process should have never even happened, is what I'm getting at. That's all.
True. But we know
Shouldn't
where
even happen.
we at though, Blue.
I
We know
know.
where
I
we
know.
at, and that's why.
And that's why those initial charges were
Was
going to
getting,
be dropped.
yeah.
Yes.
Because again, the police was, it was 20 on 10. She
Mhm.
had gone over here, he had gone over
She
here.
wasn't even talking to him. She wasn't even
And
in contact with them people no more because she ain't
but
wanna.
his legal team showed that he was a man of the women and brought that girl out.
Black woman.
And yes, and he was, and brought that girl out. That girl went right up there May 7th. I remember the date.
Me too. Yeah. That's why you need black women around you. You don't have to like. I wish I was his sister. I'd have been like, Jonathan, we will be there. Megan needs to stay home. Yeah. Don't. I understand. But that was definitely a legal strategy. I don't think it was like, I don't think that this was like a PR relationship. I think they really did like each
No, I
other.
do. Yeah.
But I think putting her front and center purposely was a legal decision that should have never been made. You should have had your mama and your aunties there like you had. Leave Megan Good at home because that lady, Grace, wasn't even talking to them people because she didn't want to get him in trouble. No different than Cassie didn't want to get Diddy in trouble. No different than Jane didn't. They was not going to talk to the police because they knew if I come out and speak, I'm going to ruin this man's life. I don't want to do it.
Yeah, Diddy was dumb on that. Now that's 1,000%. I don't know why Diddy even fought. Diddy, dog, you know what you and her was doing for the past however long.
Diddy or
11 years, 10
Jonathan?
years.
Get this girl, but see, that's that box.
Diddy or
He was
Jonathan?
manic.
You talking about Diddy or Jonathan?
I'm talking both, but I'm talking Diddy because you brought up Cassie not wanting to.
Yeah, she would have never went. Cassie
But
never.
that's that bipolar though, Tina.
I have never been in like.
That's that Scorpio in him. That's not that bipolar.
I've never been in like an abusive relationship. I've never been violated that way, but I do know of people who have had situations like that, and they don't be wanting to tell on people because they do be loving these people. That Grace Jabari loved that man, but when he started taking him shirt off and fighting Michael B. Jordan and going to Ebony and Essence, and you like black women now? That's what you like? He should live up off that water.
Well, and let's be very clear. And again, it is what it is. I'm just gonna say it. I'm just the messenger. When they go black, they don't want the black to then go back to black.
No.
Yeah.
So to know that that's what happened. What? Oh no, May 7th.
Yeah. But not even. I think she just was sitting home, and Creed was a black movie, and he was just hitting a lot of black press. And then black women started finding him attractive, and she's sitting home overseas, probably losing her mind. And he probably like, dang, let me just fly her over here. Let me just.
That's where he went wrong at.
Like, let me just chill
But
her.
but the way it was kind of explained made it seem like he flew her over to break up.
What
you don't do that.
I know you don't. I'm just saying that the way they made it seem like, oh well, I'm gonna take on this little last date and let her off easy and send her ass on back to England. Like you can't do that, JM. Leave her over there.
Not with that. Not with this.
Listen to me. That was not even the case. This is what the case was. He flew her over. He flew her over because he probably was lonely. That's who he knew. That's you understand what I'm saying? That's who he knew.
He went back
He
to something
never thought
regular, huh?
that when he went over to the Ebony Hot 100 that he had an opportunity to pull Megan Good. He never thought that. Because he said he was an awkward person. So can you imagine she get to slip it up under the Jonathan? And then he's looking over this way and he's like, oh, well, she's not really thing. And then next thing you know, she's texting him, hey, how you doing? Hey, big head.
Hey, big head.
And he don't know, he
don't know what to do.
He was in that car just like this.
He was in a cheese and a got him. He texting the homies, guess who on my line, dog?
Woo, and forgot he was in the car, and she went to leaning, and she saw.
I done got caught in my head back in my heyday in my phone. Who in that phone?
Who was that? Who in that phone? And she probably, and that's exactly what happened. She probably just went to wailing, and he was. And he wasn't gonna give up that phone for nothing, baby. He turned into Speed Racer.
He knew what was in that phone, baby. Him and Megan, he said him and Megan met like that November. We was in March. They had been having some good old conversations.
Exactly. He was just looking like, it ain't really what it, really it ain't what it is.
Fam, that text said I miss kissing your lips or something like that. They had something.
Baby, he went to. I can just see him in the car now. Ding.
She had been drinking that night too. Ooh.
Oh, and I mean, she'd been drinking. She had been drinking
and went off to go drink some more too.
Ooh, she was hot, and I'd have been hot too, because I'd have been like, who you texting? Who texting you? Because what is it? Because Los Angeles is 3 hours behind the East. So they said it was almost midnight. So who was texting at midnight? Somebody in the Pacific Standard Time at 10 o'clock, thinking he home.
Yeah,
Megan sitting there with her legs on the bed like this, with her legs flipping back there across,
clicking her heels together.
Yeah.
She probably got off social media, saw him on the shade room taking his shirt off. You finna be Kane the Conqueror. Hey, big head.
Hey, big head. And then that's next thing you know, he high kicking it down the avenue.
Never brought over here.
I said that from the jump. Should have never even brought over.
But he was gonna have to deal with it because Marvel liked the film over there, so she was gonna get him one way or the other. She was gonna get him because he was gonna have to go back over there because Marvel liked the film over there. Now he was gonna have to.
Now they do, yeah. So he would have been he would have been right over there right now.
They filmed Ant-Man over there. That's where he met her at.
Yeah.
Right, but I'm saying that. But that was after that they filmed Atlanta, DC, and Louisiana was the last couple films.
Nah, they filmed Loki overseas and everything.
But that was already done. What I'm saying, that was already done though.
Guardians was filmed over there.
Tina,
there hasn't been nothing else filmed locally.
Tina, the way that I would have been over there in England, out in some summertime manor, way out somewhere, and my name wouldn't have showed up on nothing, no registry or nothing. I wouldn't have had the same phone that I had. It wouldn't have shown up nowhere. You hear me? Nowhere. She wouldn't have found me. I wouldn't have been in no pubs. I wouldn't have been she wouldn't have found me. I would have been so low key. I'd have been living in a trailer on set.
Look, you talking about blackballing somebody.
This is the problem. They had already had that one incident. So I think she was, and I think also that's why he was trying to pacify her too. I think she was gonna get him one way or another. As soon as you came back over here, I'm going to them people. That's how you just gotta.
Well, he was pacifying. You got to pacify him as best you can.
You just gotta,
do what you
don't. You can't tell people nothing.
I've said I would have left.
I said stop dating them.
I'd have left for right where she was at, but he, like I said, I thought he was hedging them bets. He was like, okay, I'm over here, because he already knew in the community in New York he couldn't go through there because all the stuff that he did with the last girls that he had. So he was like, well, the stranger I don't, the devil I know, the devil I don't know.
He
And
didn't know he was gonna get old girl though.
Yeah, I'm telling you that text probably they probably was texting back and forth and it wasn't sounding all like that. It was that big head text. I'm telling
Mhm.
you, it was that big head text. And don't let me find out that don't let T-Mobile get hacked and then we find the nudes or something.
Find the actual text messages.
Yeah, you get the text and then it be nudes and stuff like that. She
that,
probably saw all that.
Yeah,
that
she
text was when I told y'all when we was covering the trial. I said that is making good because what woman gonna come up and stand next to a man
mhm.
who's going through that type of situation, and you already know he texting another one. I'm not gonna get call me when the trial over. She felt responsible. I think she felt responsible. Like, dang, I kind of
I got him
maybe
in trouble.
maybe I
Damn.
shouldn't have texted that late. I'll be there for you. I'll be there.
I went against my better judgment.
Now
she
y'all
could
gotta
be.
get married.
Could be.
Because listen, uh, I'm willing to bet you there was a text message earlier in that day because you remember Grace had testified that the tickets were last minute. He got those tickets last minute, so
The
he was
breakup
supposed to
ticket.
been home and sitting at the kitchen countertop, sitting at the kitchen,
Mhm.
and
That was the break. That was a breakup date. I'm trying to tell you, he got that. Like you said, Pam. He got that good text message.
he got he was getting that little text message, and then next thing you know, got you running down the street, throwing people back in
Mhm.
the car,
He
running
tried to
down in
stay
the
out of
street.
trouble. He tried, but that just goes to show you when them people want you,
Oh
They
they
yeah.
gonna
gonna
get you.
figure out a way to get you, even if it's a little get, like that little get.
Mhm.
That's why I have said several times, and it's always the young people in the thing that get on to me. If you are doing something where your character requires, if you're doing something or a job where your character's at stake, where you're having uh draw certain lines,
Mhm.
you need to have as much dick discipline as you need to have. You need your character needs to be in tune.
Pause.
How you present on the outside should be how you present on the inside because everybody makes mistakes, but your mistakes get highlighted and spun out a
Mhm.
1000%
Now he
because
was wrong. They did him wrong, Pam.
they
They
did
took
him wrong.
out.
I do not disagree, but I don't think it was the had it not been for you all showing up in Marrakesh or wherever it was y'all showed up in May and everybody was talking about y'all or whatever that was,
Oh,
whoever
you talking
strategy.
about the red carpet? That what you talking about?
No, I'm talking about here we were in April, because what was it? When did Rolling Stone do their little hit piece or whatever it was, and then something
Oh
else
yeah. Mhm.
somewhere in May because they showed they it was like uh Jonathan Majors scene with Megan Good at the outhouse or
They was on lunch. They was at the beach.
Mhm.
They was at the movies. I'm like,
Yeah. Them hit pieces was detrimental too.
but that was my whole point. Had he just laid low till June because they had that hearing. Now whatever the his lawyers, all that information that they put out, it was cool.
Mhm.
But it was when you started popping out, you and Megan,
Yeah.
that girl saw that. Now she flew Spirit Airlines all the way from England.
Not Spirit
Yeah,
Airlines.
and
But
worked the deal out. Look,
I'm gonna
worked
say
that
this.
deal out and said, I'll turn myself in because yeah, I put my hands on him too.
Yeah.
hmm.
I'm gonna say this. Hindsight is 50-50, and looking on the outside is real easy as we're doing. During that moment in time, I'm pretty sure he was like, his lawyers probably said, this ain't going nowhere. You
That's
know,
why you need black women around you because
this ain't going nowhere.
y'all done lost y'all mind. If we don't get up here and come up with a strategy,
Cause it's like what Pam said, that cases being dropped, the police done overstepped their situation. This ain't going nowhere. Live your life, dog. And he probably went to living his life. And like you said, the girl didn't like he was living his life.
no, you can't do that. That's on his lawyer.
But
I'm
how
telling
long do you
Priya,
so
no, Priya, no.
how long do you last till it's like signed, sealed, delivered, put
Jonathan
away
Majors
somewhere?
is a very private man. We never even
Mhm.
knew about Grace Bari, barely. If
Right.
you wanted to date Megan, do it. Just keep it private. Y'all purposely. jumped out to the public for
Right. Now I know you saying Tina that it was a legal strategy.
Mm-hmm.
It was, and it was one that backfired.
Just
Mm.
don't be out there. Don't put no another woman in another woman's face who you're currently going through a case with, because they were trying to use black women and black men to be like, this is, and it was a case about race, but they were trying
Mm.
to sway us even more. You didn't have to pop out with Megan Good for us to see that this is a little weird. Because after we saw the video, we like, come on, man. Y'all say he
Right.
the girl. Y'all took it too far.
Mm.
Right.
You didn't
Right.
need Megan to help sway anything, because it didn't. It hurt the case in many ways. It hurt the case for Grace. Black women looked at it and thought it was a PR stunt. Oh, now you like black women? That's
Mm.
why you need black women on your legal team to be like, don't do that. That ain't gonna help.
Mm.
Let's show you walking your mama to the park. Let's show you with your daughter. Let's show you with your dog, not with another woman.
And not that you, I mean, because you don't even have social media.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, I mean, but
They say
that's my
Jonathan Majors used to walk into the party and say, "Where the white women at?"
he didn't go to the party. That's why he was such to me. That's I'm not saying people are. That's why he was an easy mark for that, because
Mm.
if
Because
you thought
he was and when I say square, not square in a bad way, but he just was not hip to a lot of stuff going on, which my son is like that. Tell y'all the truth,
Yeah,
like
no. This is
like
you know.
he ain't hip to none of this stuff that's going. And I'm glad that he's not hip to a lot of stuff, but he does. When you're not worldly like that, and then you are of the world, yeah, you become an easy mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, you sitting in how because I'm still trying to figure out, because I said this before, and I thought maybe this is why Marvel wasn't talking, because of the fact that when
I think they had already seen the video. I think they saw the video and probably was like, "Oh yeah, he gonna win this."
probably,
Yeah.
but that wasn't what I was talking about. I was thinking that my issue with it when it first started was the fact that he was like number 1 through 6 on the call sheet. In some places there was a case that they had a few years before that one where they were talking about one of the actors on some little rinky dink thing, but because he was like number 1 or number 2 of the call sheet, they considered him to be quasi like an employee, and he was harassing this other person that was, I'm gonna say, a makeup art. I don't know exactly what that was. And I was thinking that Marvel was holding out because they didn't want to have a level of liability or anything like that. That's what I initially thought.
Slick, I think they did have a level of liability. It would not surprise me if they did not pay her too,
Mm-hmm.
because he was your employee, and we hooked up on your set.
Yep. That it could. I don't know if that necessarily happened, but I'm with Tina. It could if anybody wanted to come. I don't know what the statute of limitations is on anything. If somebody wanted to come around right now, because it's only been what 2 years
I bet she done sued him already. We just don't
already.
know.
Yeah, just don't know.
I bet when she sued Jonathan, she sued them too.
Mm-hmm.
And we won't know because they probably use that pseudonym that they use when they make these movies and things like that.
Yeah.
Or it just never went anywhere.
Yeah.
It just
It
here go
was
the
settled
money.
quietly and
Yep.
went on about the business.
Yeah.
And part
Shit,
of that settlement was, don't you hire his behind back either.
yeah, possibly.
I think he'll be back. Okay.
And Marvel,
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Y'all listen, y'all said the same thing about well, not y'all, I'm saying people said the same thing about Wesley. Never say never when we gotta make money. We got to
Oh
make
no! I just look. I'm not saying never say never. I'm just saying I don't think so. I because his character, I just don't know if they can do anything. I think, and unless they only reason they bring him back is to kill him.
Yeah.
And if I'm Jonathan, I mean, or hey, if Jonathan want to get back in the good graces, maybe he take that. I wouldn't take it.
Like I
I'll
said,
be like,
the rent due. Sometime when the rent due, you just
yeah,
gotta shut
you're right. When the rent due, you gotta.
Well, they have, even if they wanted to make Doctor Doom the big bad, they still had enough room for Kang to settle up, because they them two could have been in cahoots, and then
Pam, we talk about Kevin Feige here.
I know you're talking about frat brother number 1, but
We
I'm just
talking about-
saying.
We talk Kevin Feige. Kevin Feige don't have the brain to think that big. You thinking way too big for Kevin Feige. Kevin Feige is not a big thinker. All right, we know this. one track guy. He's
You see how they fail up? You see how they fail
they
upwards?
do
And
fail up.
people who have all of these ideas get their whole second season taken away from them,
Yeah.
That'd be
But
my little argument,
I'm gone, y'all. Thank you for letting me crashing, even though I was invited but didn't know it until I saw y'all online.
It was last, I hate to be a last minute person, but let me give me my final thoughts on what life looks like for Diddy after he's released. I think Diddy has the ability to come back. Like Blue said, he's suave enough. He has a good enough mouthpiece. But I want Diddy to really come out and be a changed man because I do like Diddy. I don't like the stuff Diddy does.
Mm.
I think he should let his daughters start a foundation. Let them run that foundation. If you truly care about domestic violence and stuff like that, do what
That
you
would
got
be
to
a good
do.
look.
Put some money into it and
Yeah.
let them girls run it. And then come out if you want to do I don't know. Now, this is what we didn't talk about. This is
Mm.
why they're fighting so hard and wanted the Mann Act charges gone because he has 60 civil cases. So you better believe they're going to reference this conviction
Mm.
towards conduct in them civil cases. That's why they really want it gone.
But okay, before because you brought it up, I forgot about the civil cases. I think Pam in one of her streams said they probably throw half of those out
Yeah,
because a lot of them was chasing the
yeah, I
sensationalism of
believe
it.
that.
And
But
then
you still got
out
30
of
that
I
might be
know,
real. Ugh.
but what? Because the only the biggest one we seen is the little ride, which I had thought had got thrown out, but Pam said it was only some of the case was thrown out.
Mhm.
Um, but then even his stuff is just, hey, I just want to be paid for producing on.
Yeah.
So it's like, what did you get? Did something happen to you, or do you just want your money for being a producer? That's the stuff that I don't like because it's like y'all about to take it. You know,
It's
if
plain
it happened, it happened.
spades.
But
It's
right,
plain
but now y'all
spades,
just about to take
Blue.
advantage of this situation, knowing that nothing happened
Well,
that you
we
didn't
don't know
want to
what
happen.
didn't happen because let me tell you, I believe in suing people. I done
No,
sued
no, that ain't what I'm
I
saying.
believe in suing, and if
Yeah,
Lil Rod feel like
this is America. We sue in America. I get it. I'm just saying now because you just said you want Diddy to come out and be rehabilitated and do
yeah, I really
good. I think stuff like that make you backslide. Now I gotta bring the Harlem gangsta out on some of y'all. Like that's all I'm.
you just handle it. And the thing in the cases where you did wrong, pay
Mm,
them people. Sometimes it's easier to just pay them people and let them go about their business. This Anna Kane case where she has
mm.
pictures, pay that woman. Let her go about her business.
What she got
Mhm.
pictures of? Why she didn't show? See, this is. I need to see these. What happened?
I don't think she
The pictures
it was
might not be of that type of nature, but
it
it's
was too
pictures
far out of the
out of the
statute of
scope.
limitation.
Oh,
Okay, Pam,
statue.
do you remember this case? This was the young white girl
They said
who
that she got drugged and all them people touched her.
put her on the plane, flew her to New York, and she got the pictures in daddy's house. She got the pictures in the studio and she said
Mm.
she was,
Hmm.
violated. And I
Yeah,
think
I remember that one.
By him or just by people in the house?
everybody, Diddy
Everybody,
and what's the CEO's name?
Pierre, somebody.
Harv Pierre.
Oh, Pierre, Harv Pierre.
Started with
Hmm.
Harv Pierre.
Harv Pierre went to jail though, right? He locked up.
Is he out? No, I think he's out.
Is he out? I thought Harv Pierre got locked up. He was
There-
the
there-
he wasn't the CEO. He
He
was
was
the
he was a
president.
bad boy. He was
He was the
president or something.
president.
A bad boy.
Yeah, he was the president of the bad boy.
there's at least 10 to 15 of them cases that have validity to it.
Because there's still the one that came out right after Cassie's with the girl who said that she was a teenager.
Mm.
Mhm.
That and all of that kind of lines up as well. Like I said, if he could
And two more of these women are represented by the same law firm as Cassie. So some of them cases got a little bit. So it's like, do you pay the people off and let it go away, or do you fight? It's gonna be
now
tough.
I would be interested to see like the bodyguard that said that uh did he bent him over in the car in the SUV in the Hamptons.
Now listen, it was one guy who said Diddy violated him. He went to the doctor. He got doctor's records. So it's some of these cases that have like paperwork to back it up.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm just saying there was like the Tony Busby ones. I was looking like this, but then there was that particular case where somebody was talking about he was a guard or something at the Hamptons,
Mhm.
and he was outside. He was a driver, or he was a guard, or something, and he said he got bent over the SUV during the party. So I mean, there are a lot of cases, but there are also, again, I think a lot of those are going to get thrown out because everybody is talked about what they said that the freak off was. Because remember, everybody thought it was you went to the white party, then you went to the after party, then
Yeah.
you went to the hotel lobby, and if you got it to that point, then you got picked to go to the freak off.
Yep.
And that's what people were thinking it was. But now that we found out that it was just some kind of degradation and humiliation ritual for the women that he loved.
But I still think it's still a little bit of that in there. I think it's a look because y'all know in the 90s, people were big on running choo choo. So I think there still was there was some of that. Hey, we finna all choo choo choo. So we'll see. You know,
And how old was this guy? 'Cause I'm trying to look up the case now with the
I
Harvey.
think it's Anna Kane. I think it's Anna Kane, but I could be wrong. I think her name is Anna Kane. Hart
Because
Pierre and Diddy got like 2 or 3 cases though.
this just says a Jane Doe case filed a lawsuit back in December 2023, alleging that Pierre Sean Combs and a third man, uh,
Flew her out.
yeah, well,
Because
sex
there's one where
trafficking.
she went, there was one lady that was, I don't know if she
Our
was,
Pierre got a lot of cases on his own though, like by himself. His nickname was Joe Hooker. Damn hard. Like it was some bad stuff going on there. But look, Bad Boy as a Pac tried to tell us, man.
who
Pac tried
did?
to
Yeah.
Tupac. He tried to tell us. He said there's a record crew label and as a staff.
I
That's
know
what he
Anna
said.
Kane is the one that has Cassie's lawyer for sure. And they not taking all these cases. They only taking like 2 or 3. Cassie and 2 other women. So it still ain't clear sailing once he get out. You still got
Right.
other
It's
cases
still
you
not
gotta
clear.
fight.
At least I mean these are nothing is criminal,
Yeah,
which I guess is good, but because his reputation is already taking the hit, so
yeah,
I don't think he can go down any further with his reputation. Now it's just like you said, pay the money, quietly as possible and get on about it. I mean,
yeah.
Because you think about it, because he's probably spent about $5 million on these attorneys alone.
Maybe more.
maybe more, yeah. Because he
Because he
remember he
bought
was putting up,
Bill and Westmoreland in last minute. I gotta tax you for that because now
yeah.
you bringing me on the end. I got a lot of research. Maybe
Mhm.
Damn.
And I just got off a case, retired.
Right. And see, he's got what that $1 billion is gone. If he got about $800 million, he could probably set aside a fund for 150. But we don't even know how much of that is liquid. Uh,
Yeah,
because I was just about to say, you better set out a fund for $150 million, and you all get what you get from that.
Mhm.
Write the fund and put it through here and say what you say happened, and then we'll dole out the 2, 3, 5, 6, 8 million and pay your lawyer fees, and
yeah,
y'all better go about your business.
Yeah, they gonna have to come up with some kind of strategy.
yeah, yeah. Because
Because
But
look, the bad thing about going to jail and having lawsuits is they know exactly where to serve you. So he can't
mhm.
get serving. So they finna just start serving him left and
he
right.
going
He gonna be running around the yard, evading.
Look, that Anna Kane case, they got discovery in January, so that's when the rock and roll. Like
Mm,
you like, "Whoo, I'm free." Nah, bro, you be right back in the courtroom in January.
yeah,
Damn.
well, I just unleashed a repressed memory. Let me go on and get my lawsuit in.
that's what's gonna be happening. But that's what I'm saying. That's Diddy. Ain't no rest for the weary, and ain't gonna be no rest for him probably for at least how many lawsuits? Another 5 years after he come out of lawsuits probably dropping
Bro,
happening.
who knows? The Cardi B
10 years.
lawsuit took 7 years. This happened in 2019. It's just coming to trial, so
New ones coming up every day. They won, and that was an easy win. Hey, he licked my toenail on accident
I'm telling
when I
you.
was in. I didn't like that on
Deontay
tour.
Nash suing him. I mean, he's gonna have enough
Yeah,
points
Deontay has
to
pulled a
do it,
lawsuit as well.
possibly win his.
Mm,
I see that Chef putting a lawsuit in.
I thought Chef Jordan had already sued and he paid her off.
Oh, well then, she was ahead of the game.
Yeah, he paid.
Mia gonna give us a lawsuit?
She
He
said she
already
wasn't.
paid her off.
Who
He
said they
paid
wasn't gonna sue and then now they suing? Was it
Deontay Nash.
that's what it was? Okay.
Because they was like, "You just in this for a lawsuit." He was like, "No, I'm here for justice." And he woke up and said, "I'm gonna sue." I don't blame him. I'm suing. You choked me.
They sue.
You choked me. Yeah, you hurt my feelings. Suing. Pay him off. You know you choked the man. Get that man
Mm.
$50,000 and let him go on about his life. Don't even
You,
take that to court.
you know who really has a great case? You know who would really have a great case? Because I think that the people who Kid Cudi bought those gifts for, and he opened them up and laid them on the table like he did, I'd sue because he ain't had no business opening my mail.
That's a federal offense.
You know, I got them all wrapped up, ready to send, and you don't open my mail.
That's a
Mm-mm.
federal offense, man.
That's where you need to go.
All right, y'all. We finna get up out of here. Thanks for y'all hanging with me. We was able to kind of test this streaming software out. Pam, I think I'm getting it, girl. Pam told me once I get it to give her a tutorial.
Mm-hmm.
Get it.
Because
Everybody
I looked at it and I was like, oh,
Mm.
okay. I signed up. I'm on the free. I ain't committed to paying nothing because I still got my month with StreamYard. But you keep getting it because I'm liking all this little stuff that I'm seeing so far.
Look, I'm getting it, girl. I'm getting it. Once I get look at your
Bad
sound
boy.
effects. Ooh, sound effects. Gonna go down once I get it, girl.
Wait, Blue. She was up there playing. We was on the other live. She was up there playing. I'm sitting here thinking, Lord, I know I don't hear no voices. I'm like, what
And
is
Diddy in the
going on?
house. Is Diddy in the house? Bad boy.
She like, oh, I'm just hitting buttons. I'm just playing. Cause I just see this. And I was like, Lord have mercy. What
Pam
is she?
said something. Pam dropped the mic. I said, it's just sound effects, Pam. Pam told me, I'm crazy.
I got a whole soundboard over here I don't even use.
See, Blue, you in the music industry. We ain't that advanced. Let us
I'm just
learn.
saying. But it's StreamYard, the way I do it, it don't sound right to y'all or to the listeners.
Mhm.
It sound nasty. So I don't even
Everything got to be in sync. Your whatever is on your computer
Mm.
and StreamYard, all that's got to be in sync in order for us to hear it because it's like funky. So like if you got everything coming out of your earphones, you got to go back to your computer to make sure everything is coming out of your ear. You know what I'm saying? That the
Yeah.
sound is gonna come out the earphones. Because if you just got it coming out it's gonna sound like static.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it sound bad. I'm like, I'm not doing that no more. It just sounded bad.
Yeah,
Bad boy.
because I hear it and it sounds great. Everybody else is like, you can see people like dogs be like, what is that? So, but I'm loving this, Tina. I'm loving it. I'm looking and I'm looking around and I'm like, I went to the front. It won't let me do a whole lot of stuff because it's free. But I'm like, oh, okay. So when I pay the $25, I can do
Afford
this.
25.
Hmm?
I can afford $25. 50 is pushing it. My wife say I'm so cheap. She said, "You are so cheap."
But I'm watching all the stuff that you do. And I've watched you down here change the banner all along and didn't have to like me have to.
Look up and do all
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah, I was watching you. I said, look at her changing her banner. Look at her little background
Look,
looking like the
because YouTube
Matrix.
said they want to, give people,
Look at her overlays. Look
to
at
go live. So I'm gonna start going live a little bit more.
Go live, Tina. Go
her.
live.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Live is where it's at. I like going live, man. You
Yeah.
get people like Q in here, Caliber.
Yeah, I
You know what I'm
appreciate
saying?
Yeah.
It'd be
Her,
dope.
her overlays are on point. See, I want to learn how to do all of that. My stuff always
some
looks like
stuff I just pay people now. That's the conflict in me. Some stuff I'm gonna pay people for. Some
Mm.
stuff I'm not gonna pay for. I will pay somebody $50 to make me an overlay, but I'm not paying StreamYard $50. Y'all not getting it. You not getting it.
well, listen, when we get off, you need to hook me up with the person who did your little jingle. I like that.
That's what I told her. I
Caliber, how
told
I'm creeping you out? What I done did to you? Now I need my Nene soundboard. Now how am I in it? What did I do to you?
How I get in it?
Get in
Not
it.
Nene.
Y'all
Nene
always
used to
talking
date
about
my cousin.
what? Your
Yeah.
cousin who?
Huh?
No, don't put your cousin business out
I
there.
ain't gonna put it, but yeah.
You lucky we can't DM on here, Caliber, because we'll have an off the record conversation. Because how I'm creeping you out? I don't even know you. You know me?
Now the only thing is that I don't see where I can get involved in the conversation over here.
What do you mean?
Like if I want to type something in the
Oh,
chat,
in the chat? Oh, I don't know nothing about that now.
Yeah, I was looking for that too. You can't.
I just see up here search, and I don't have nothing to search for. But
Mhm.
but anyway, that's it. All
I'll
right.
look it up. We'll figure it out. All right, y'all. Thanks for hanging out with me.
Oh
Peace
yeah.
out.
Yeah. Peace. Appreciate it. I'll get up out.